Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review. House of the Dragons, Season 2, Episode 4, Dance of the Dragons. I believe that's what the episode's called. I could be wrong about that. They're not putting the episode titles up on the HBO app afterwards, or excuse me, the Max app now. I'm not allowed to call it HBO anymore. But what a finish to this episode. Huge. I wish I didn't know what was going to happen just to kind of get that shocking feeling of this event. But really well done. Really probably the best dragon battle interaction we've had on both series. Really felt it. Some of it was the hacking and the slashing, not just the firefighting. But here we go. Welcome to the Issues program. Okay, now we're back. Let me get in the live chat. Who do we have? We got Fandom, we got Rishi, we got Jake, we got Loner Incognito, we got Peter Griffin, we got Shemp Hemp, we got all of our friends in here right now, and we'll be popping in throughout the evening. It's good to talk about this episode and break it down. It was split in kind of two halves. We had two halves of an episode. The first half caught up to some stuff. We got a little bit of exposition. Daemon's mission around the Terror Academy, you know, wherever he's walking around, his missions in Harrenhal and being connected with the visions and all of that, which I thought we got some fun scenes with him and Alice Rivers. We'll get to talk about that a little bit later. And then we had some great moments throughout the episode. I thought the Alicent and Aegon scene was exceptionally well. It was one of my favorite Alicent scenes in the entire series so far. Her tone completely shifted. She just gave it this, you know, the kind of I don't give a fuck, like telling him exactly how it is, almost angry at him for her misunderstanding, and it's a very believable human emotion. I like that a lot in this episode. The small council nonsense was also great, and I love when Corlys came in and sort of just like collectively slapped all of them across the face and took over the situation. I thought that was done well too. I do think that the second half, though, was obviously stronger. Like the second half, from the point that Rhaenyra showed back up to the end of the episode, this was really good for me. And I'm not saying the whole episode wasn't good. I'd say, let me rephrase. From that point on, the episode kind of rose up and became great for me. The end half was really, and it's not just about the dragon battle, it's just the intensity, the rhythm of the episode picked up a lot too. And Clubfoot also had a good episode tonight. Got to see a little bit more of how he's sort of dealing with this whole situation. Even Crispy, I hate his crispy ass, but it was a good Crispy episode. So this was a good one. And did they just kill Aegon? I don't know. It seems like it at the end. The end of this episode follows up at a point in time where it does seem like that's the finish of our king, who again went out amazing. Great, the funniest Aegon stuff again in this episode, in the small council when he's sitting there listening to all this. They're saying all this really important stuff, really important exposition stuff that matters to the story, that you're like, oh, I kind of want to hear that. I want to hear what they're saying right there. What were they talking about? Men over here, people over there, going to this side, going to that side, going on every side. Whatever they want to talk about, they're talking about some stuff. And then Aegon's just sitting there, I don't have anything, just like bouncing his ball. Like, you guys are boring. You're the most boring of them all. I don't like you. I'm sick of this. Stop. I don't want to hear it. Move on. And it was kind of just a great tantrum. So I'm enjoying all these little scenes, and I just like the pacing, I think, of the second half of the episode better. It started to bounce a little bit more, and it really picked up pace. Let's get some comments in the live chat. Also wanted to mention I have a voicemail line open right now, and we'll have a text line open in a little, or text line's open now, but I might have it open to take calls in a little bit. I'm a little out of it tonight. This is me on low energy. So I warn you, I'm a little low energy. Had a late night last night. Great holiday. Hope people that celebrate the holidays had a good time celebrating, watching shit blow up, and drinking with your friends, whatever your cup of tea is, or your cup of tea that Alicent gets in the middle of the night. It happens that you want to drink, whatever your day after tea is. Join it with me. I'm on the guzzling water hangover cure today, everybody. But I'm out here because I can't not talk about this episode, and I can't not talk to you folks, because it's awesome. We get this 8 weeks every 2 years now, or is that what this thing is? So for 8 weeks every 2 years, I like to come out and talk to you guys. And I might have a surprise for you next week. Those of you that have been watching us for a long time, we may sometime in the next couple of weeks see a sighting of Joe Dirty Locks to tell us all how everything sucks. So if anyone's looking forward to a Joe rant about his feelings, that might be coming. He might not be staying for a full episode, but he might want to come in and drop a duty. So let's continue here. Into the live chat. Let's take some live chat. That was Cole and Aemon's fault, too, by not keeping Aegon in the loop. The plan, they should have done that. I mean, they should have. There was some shady business going on, and I've got to talk about it. I'm not sure I'm going to talk about it now or wait to talk about it, but let's bring this out. People let me know. I'll put it as a poll question because maybe it's a stupid poll question because I'm an idiot. Was Aemon trying to kill Aegon? Like, was that his goal? I was kind of taking notes, watching up and down. Did he try to fire at both of them and then Rhaenys zipped out of there and he got Aegon? Or did he just straight up look at Aegon, go, fuck this, if he dies, I'm king. I'm killing this motherfucker. I wasn't sure exactly what happened in that moment. It seemed like it's the latter, but again, I'm watching like this a little bit, so I missed it a bit. So yeah, let's talk about that now. I'm gonna put up a poll. I'd say it if I knew how to if I wasn't gonna spell his name wrong, but no. but yes, it makes me. We definitely have to ask that question. So I'm trying to set up a poll because I can't chew gum and talk at the same time. So was Aemond? Wait, how do you spell his name? Aemond. I think that's how you spell it. Trying to kill. Sorry for the me talking at the same time. I'm like here trying to call, but oh no. Okay, Aegon. Okay, so I'm curious, and I'll get into live chat in a second here, and I'm sorry for bad spelling if I did, but let's set up the poll here. What was Aegon? And this might seem like the stupidest question I've ever asked, and you guys that have been watching me a long time know I ask some pretty damn stupid questions. But that might be top stupidest, because I'm going to vote yes, but yes, okay. He told him, yeah, Golden Child. He told him, got the knife, brother Numpsy, and he fucking, oh my God. I think Aemon did it on purpose. I do too, Fred Hampton. Rishi says that was on purpose. I do think it was a whoopsie daisy. I don't think it was a whoopsie daisy. You could see it in his eyes. I'm going to correct you, Rishi. I only disagree with one thing you say. Rishi says, that was on purpose. I don't think it was a whoopsie daisy this time. You could see it in his eyes. I'm just going to say you could see it in his eye. Well, I needed the comedy drum. Wait, I should have set it up before the joke. Because it was necessary on that one. Oh, gosh. Okay. I mean his eye. Oh no! Wait, that's the wrong thing. No, see, this is where the hangover comes into play. Yeah, there you go. Okay. The lovely Steph Snow. Great to see you in the live chat. Outright or subconsciously, he seems to hate Aegon. Loner Incognito. Absolutely. I think it completes a thought that we see him having last season. That he's a tiny hair away from becoming the king, and he can't quite contain himself. He in the same situation as Daemon before. He's like, I'm not suffering the same fool. I'm gonna get this dude killed and be king. At least I don't know whether he's doing it fully consciously or it's something he's just can't help himself but do. You know, like when you just accidentally. I think there's an episode of Frasier where Martin is trying to kill Frasier the whole time or something. Sometimes you just can't help yourself. Thrash, great to see Thrash in the live chat. 100% tried to crispy him. Crispy. He even picked up the dagger and the dragon. Fandom D Saint, the wonderful Fandom D Saint, in the live chat. I don't think he wanted to kill. I don't know why I yelled like that when I was saying your comment there, David. It was just it was a butthead move. I mean, let's not get past the point that I'm an asshole. But besides me being an asshole, just like Eamon, let me cover one eye because I'm an asshole. Let me put my glasses on just so I can look like a butthead. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I can't do this. This can't happen. Oh my no. Oh golly. But anyways, okay. So let's continue. And the only reason why I couldn't do it is because the glare. I couldn't like look at the computer screen reflected off my glasses. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he picked up the dragon's dagger. I don't want Aemon to kill his brother. I don't know why I'm reading comments like this. Okay, I don't think he wanted to kill him. It was more payback for all the years of bullying. Absolutely. I mean, maybe I should reframe this question to a different one, and I'll ask all of you guys right now that are watching live. If Aegon doesn't embarrass him in the whorehouse last week, does Aemon kill him? Or I don't know. I'm sure even on that level, that fine level, that's like, if I kill him, I'm king. Even beyond that fine point, his most recent memory of his brother is him embarrassing him in front of his mummy there, and all of Aegon's douchebag bro dude friends. So it even makes a comment when he's talking to him, when he's talking shit in High Valyrian, wherever they're talking back and forth, and where he's like, yeah, you've been busy organizing, the idiot crew here, and I've been doing some work. Shut the F up. Sorry. I'm not with it with the sound cue say. Shut the F up, Phil.
Shut the fuck up, Phil.
Okay, I'll shut up. Okay. The spiders, good news, gracious, great balls of fire. Spiders, great balls of fire. I don't think Aemon wants to kill his brother. He just wants to sit back and have his balls. Have him run the fire. Have him run the armies. Yeah, he wants him to just sit back, have fun, party with your dudes. Let me and Crispy run everything because we actually know what we're doing. You're a dumbass. Like, I don't think he would kill him if he wasn't trying to get involved. If that makes sense. I think that doesn't hurt him, but he doesn't want him involved. Okay, sorry. I was hearing some static. I had to turn down some volume here. Okay, let me continue. Oh, we got a super chat donation from the amazing Big E. Sorry, I don't have anything else, so I just had to make a silly voice for you. I'm not drinking tonight, so I can't take a drink for you. But Big E, winner of episode 4, are Aemon for being the host of the roast of Aegon on the Max. I gotta say that in an announcer voice, or put on a stupid sound effect for that, because your poetry in which you talk right there is amazing. I like the way of which you word things in this moment, Biggie. So I'm gonna have to do something here. The winners of episode 4 are Aemon for being the host of the roast of Aegon on Max. Tune in every week to watch Aegon burn. Tuning in again tonight, right afterwards at 10 p.m. and then again at midnight. Watch Aegon burn on Max. Dynamite. And Allie Rivers for prepping that drink for Damon, who is tripping off his balls. Tripping off balls. Balls. Tripping off balls. Balls. Tripping on balls, I am a demon and tripping in the Harrenhal. Okay, and I'm not gonna talk, I don't have to talk too much about me. Why am I singing like this? Because I cannot stop it. I'm trying not to sing in this tone to go now, but the music is playing and I'm singing my song. Oh no. Okay, sorry. I can't help. It's the stupid musical theater in me. Even when it's bad, I can't help it. If the music's playing, I have to try to sing a tune. Okay, so I like the whole tripping scene, and the tripping scene was very accurate. I mean, I know he's having dreams. I know there's a lot more to it, but I'm going to choose to look at it as tripping because that's what it reminded me of. I might have fractured an occasional law as a child. You don't get this screwed up from not, taking a mushroom or two in my life. It was painfully accurate at times, some of those visions he was having. And for whatever it's worth, there's certain places you just don't want to do that in. And I know it's kind of built into the whole place, but you understand why people kind of go, lose their shit in Harrenhal. Because Harrenhal is not the kind of place you want to trip in. I mean, for whatever it's worth, people, if you've been there, I'm not telling you to go there. No. I'd suggest a million things before that for somebody. But if you are going to go there, Harrenhal isn't the place you want to be. Believe you me. I mean, maybe someone likes that, but I'm not going to like that. I don't want to be there. No. Put me on but send me down to the shores of, to the beach. Like, where do we got beaches? Where we got flow? Like, where Masande's from? Send me the north or something like that. Like that'd be like I'll hang out there. That the beautiful waters of that. Chill. Hang up in High Garden with the flowers. That'd be a great time. Sonic, your boy. Great to see Sonic, your boy. I miss Joe too, and we might have a Joe surprise in a couple weeks. He was drunk last night and he said, "Oh, I love to come on and shit on the show. I just don't want, no one wants to hear me crap on it. I don't want to come on just to be negative." And I'm like, Joe, what do you think people want you on for? They don't expect you to like things. Come on, dude. We got the wonderful Smokahontas in the live chat. Do you think Aegon's sobriety would have improved his dragon riding abilities? I don't know. I'm not sure if anything would have improved that idiot's dragon riding abilities, Smoke. I don't know. But yes, I do think his decision making was 100% impaired in that moment. But I think either way, he wasn't doing much on that thing. He's not a Klingon warrior like his brother. He had no business. But I do think it's funny that his way of preparing for battle is getting shit faced, like he's the drunken master Jackie Chan or something. And I mean that would have been better, right? Like the question I'm going to turn around is, because it's a great question, Nicole. It's a great question. The question is, do we think he actually was probably better because he was drunk? Like if he wasn't, like maybe he was like, Dennis Quaid, not Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid in Independence Day. He's like, I'm better when I'm drunk, bro. So maybe. Phil wants to hang out with the dead butterflies. You know it. I definitely want to hang out with the dead butterflies, watching someone play with fire, doing hula hoops, and that such. I don't want to be in goddamn Harrenhal. Thank you for being in the chat room, Nicole. Not that Nicole knows what I'm talking about, but if she did, I have a feeling she may agree that she would not want to do that in Harrenhal. But maybe, I wasn't one to say let me do that and go to a haunted house or something like that. But that's not my trip. But let this be a lesson, kids. Don't dragon and drink. Rishi, that's a great line. Well, kids, let this be a lesson to you. Don't dragon and drink. The more you know. Bum, 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 bum. I needed some music for that one too. Sometimes you need some music. Oh, kids, if you're gonna dragon, don't drink. Listen, you can... Sorry. Anyways, Harrenhal's a frickin' hole in the wall, says Jace. Like, Daemon drank so much he almost kissed the server lady. Tripping balls in Harrenhal's. Fred, you wrote another song. I don't have a music thing for that, but that's a good one, No, this is a bad song. Tripping balls in Harrenhal's. Tripping some balls into Harrenhal's. Okay, that's a good one. That's what I gotta remember that one. I gotta timestamp this or something. I like. There's something in tripping balls and Harrenhal's. There's something there. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Fred Hampton is my hero. You might be my hero if I write a song here. If I write a stupid song like that. But I like tripping balls and Harrenhal's. You folks in the chat tonight are very poetic. I don't know if it's my brain's autocorrecting tonight into poetry, but I'm reading your comments in a very poetic way. Brandon Mitchell says, I hope they set the precedent that every Vhagar kill is a jump scare pounce scene. It seems like it has been so far, where he's just hiding behind something, where it's like, bye everybody, you're dead. Hi, you're dead. Aegon would have died eventually getting drunk on his thrones. Aemon's attempt to eliminate Aegon with fire, but failed, readying to end his suffering. Phil, how was Daemon's technique while cutting Rhaenyra's head? His elbow should have been a little higher, or he should have done vertical. So it was a Sicilian message. Young Rhaenyra sleeps with the fishes now. So I think it's awesome that the show, and this isn't anything against any actors or chemistry on screen, but Millie and Matt Smith have excellent chemistry on screen. So I love how I said this last time too, but I love how they brought her back now 2 episodes in a row. And if she's going to be, I'm trying to think of an example of like the character that just pops up in the dreams, or the dream guide of most of Daemon's dreams, with a cross between that and Alice Rivers in the real world. It'll be great to see her come back, because I love seeing her and Matt Smith on screen together. And that was such a trippy scene, in thread of a better way of saying it. I guess I mean it. I was gonna say no pun completely intended. Just with the face, the head talking down the butt and continuing to talk to him with in the slice. The slice was almost comical and almost turned into a slapstick scene for a second, which I'm completely there for, and I thought was funny. I thought it played as a dark comedy moment, like something you would see in a Addams Family movie or something like that. Like Morticia's head cut off on the ground, talking to Gomez. I love you, baby. Mon cher, mi amour. That kind of stuff. Targaryens are immune to fire. I don't know why I said it like that. They even had the dragon's blood boil. Yeah, oh yeah, is that when the liquid dropped? For a second there, I thought that one of the dragons took a dump on somebody, but is that what that was? Phil, you need to get people to stay at Dragonstone, ladies and gentlemen. We do. We need to orchestrate the tourism industry of the tourism board of Dragonstone, Antoine. They need to do guided tours of that map of the light. The thing in the small council room. Okay, so yeah, Leanna Finn. I keep trying to avoid this because it's the easy answer for me, so I'll pick other places. But really, realistically, if I'm enjoying a Daemon-like day in my world, I would probably want to be in Highgarden with the flowers and the beauty and the greenery and the green. These Red Walrus. Great to see Red Walrus in the live chat. One of our old friends. Thank you, Sonic, ya boy. Sonic, ya boy. Sonic, ya boy. I think I started before people tonight, so I got a little lucky. Millie, disembodied head, talking to me. Oh, Brandon, thank you. That's so much better than my Addams Family reference, because that's even more accurate right there. And whoa, I'm Joffrey Baratheon. Oh no one wants to see that. Oh no, another angle. Oh, sorry, everybody. Okay, so. Yeah, Millie's disembodied head talking does give me hope that we get a Soprano-esque big pussy. Big mouth Billy Bass. It's reminded me a lot of that moment, like when Tony sees the fish in Test Dream episode, I think it's called. Do we got Heath Hinton? Heath Hinton is like Mike Tyson. He's the knockout artist, one decision. It kind of reminds me of Heath Hinton. That's a great thing with the Tyson thing. I would even go a little further down to take your start with the awesome boxing reference and go a step further that he's Vagar is almost like big old man Big George Foreman. Like when he beat, was it Michael Moore or something? It's just like boom, dead. But Tyson is a better example because of the incredible power. And I mean, Foreman had, some of the best power in heavyweight history as well. So, but I think you could find an interesting comparison to both those boxers in that situation. Tyson just for the might that he had, the way that he could knock someone out in one punch, and then the old man Foreman just kind of the whole time and just boom, But anyways, Aemon has some serious impulse control problems. I would agree, and I think he knows it, but now he's got that look in his eye, and he's kind of leaning into it now. So, was Aemon just sheathing his sword, or was he going to strike Aegon at the end? It looked like he might have struck if Crispy wasn't there. I think he might have made sure the job was done right there at that point. He doesn't care. He don't care. Everyone, if you're in. Was Aemon trying to... Spider's Great Balls of Fire is laughing at my survey. Yeah, it is. It's the stupidest... I said it's the stupidest thing I've ever asked in the history of asking a question to the live audience. And I'm going to end the poll right now because I'm embarrassed by it. I'm embarrassed by my question. And thank you, Spider's great big balls. And I added the big part because I'm paying you the respect you deserve, Spider, by calling you, because the Spider's name in the live chat is the Spider's great balls of fire, and I'm going to call it the big great balls of fire, just because I love you. But that's beside the point, Spider's big balls. But I do think you have a good point. It's a stupid survey. You can say it. You don't have to mince words. You can say this is honesty here. This isn't the usual chat room. I want you guys to be honest. You're an idiot, Phil. It's a stupid poll. Okay, so let's continue. Oh, did I put, was Aemon trying? Oh, I didn't put the word kill. I'm even stupider than I thought. Thank you, Spider. See, I'm adding words and I'm subtracting words all over the place. Fucking idiot. Jace was very snarky tonight, Captain. Jace was dropping snark all over the place. And we get the Song of Ice and Fire story reference point with Rhaenyra with the voiceover to start the battle. I think that was the point, like I said, when the episode started to get rolling to a good point in time. But Jace was definitely putting on his big boy pants tonight, which I appreciate. Jace is pulling those pants up, trying to control the situation. But the only person that could really orchestrate all those people until Rhaenyra got there was Corlys when he came in, and him and Rhaenys started to run things, and it got a semblance of order. But okay. But Jace did get a little snarky. Millie's head is definitely going to be a meme at some point. Vhagar always sneaking up on dragons, a big damn punk. If you haven't already, even though I'm getting things wrong, missing words, calling people big balls in the live chat, for all those reasons and more, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join us every week. Us by me and my multiple personality disorder. That's what you want. Is that what you want? That's what you want. Okay. So, now that we have all that together, we're not together. Yeah, you are. But now that we're together, make sure you hit that like button and share this out wherever you can share it, because literally there's some few people live that have 777,832 people watching Alt Shift X right now. Let's try to get a few of those over here. Anyways, I need some serious Hero of the Dragon, but to be fair, I'm willing to bet, because it's happening even more so, by the next season of this, maybe I should do a poll about this. By the next season of House of the Dragon, will my entire beard be white and most of my hair be the color of a Targaryen? I think it's heading in that direction. I'm hoping maybe even by the end of the year. I could look like Willie Nelson in a second. Okay, so why has Rhaenyra never named a hand? I think because as long as Daemon is around, if she named anybody but him, it would be an issue. And it would be repeating the same situation between Otto and Daemon. So Daemon doesn't like having. I know. So I think essentially Daemon is serving that role, but she hasn't actually picked anybody. But I think the reason why is twofold. One, if she picked anybody else, it would be problems with Daemon. Second part of that, I don't think it's a line she said in tonight's episode where I think she wasn't ready to really start this till tonight. And she was trying to find every possible out to go full out. So by doing that, avoiding making it real until you're actually on the throne to name a hand, she probably wanted to wait till she was actually sitting there to do it. But either way, Daemon's kind of the hand. But good question, Heath. Frickin' Hinton. I do need some hair of the damn dragon. They need to invent parachutes. Absolutely. Where is the Maester doing dragon parachutes? I'm surprised with all the advances in these kingdoms. I mean, you would think that the parachute wouldn't be that tough of a thing to figure out. I don't know. Some of the things they're doing. Consider some of the technology, some of the crafting that they can do with like building scorpions and stuff. You would think they would consider the idea of a dragon parachute. Has that ever been a thing? Has any dragon rider in the history of a Song of Ice and Fire universe had a dragon parachute? I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I do think that would probably make a lot of sense. I want one. I doubt she'll be snarky after that talk. They need to invent. Yeah, they do need to invent it. But you're right. I am with you. What were we talking about? Spider? Oh, okay, sorry. I lost it there for a second. As long as they don't name yourself Aegon the XX, you're good. Good point. Phil of House Targaryen. Then she's a bad queen for leaving no one in charge. Yeah, and Jace calls her on it. As he should have. I mean, I guess Jace technically would have been the one left in charge because he's the heir. But people there aren't going to respect Jace yet. Claudia says, this episode was so sad. I'm getting sick of these heartbreaking deaths. It was. And I like where they ended the episode, but I almost thought they were going to end it right on Rhaenys' death. And it would have been a strong moment just to end the episode right there. I like that we got the epilogue of it with Aegon and seeing Aemon potentially trying to kill him again, and then Crispy praying over his soul, or whatever. We'll have to wait till next week to see what Aegon's fate is. Phil of House recap. Spider's great balls of fire. Every time I want to say big. What an episode. Just finished it. The episode was so sad. They had some serious dragon saddles this episode. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. You create the saddle. We could figure out a parachute, right? I don't know. Okay. I would have crossed bows, flaming bomb. Yeah, I would get a crossbow, flaming doobie bomb, survives a dragon rider. Parachutes were considered dishonorable, like using crossbows. Fernandez T. I want to be dishonorable and alive rather than honorable and dead. I know that makes me not a good Klingon warrior, but today for me, I haven't gotten to the day with all like health shit that I've dealt with in my life and all the fucking shit. I haven't gotten to the point where today is a good day to die. Now, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not looking forward to it. But I don't have the heart and the intestinal fortitude of the immovable object for its irresistible force. Oh yeah, gorilla. It's on, Monsoon. But I don't, or Bobby the Brain, because Gorilla would say that. But I'd rather be dishonorable and alive. I'm Braun in this situation. Yeah, he's honorable. The guy over there that's dying. See that guy falling down the moon door? He was honorable. I'm alive. We are too. Let's get out of here. I have no, again, to Klingon this, Worf would turn to me and say, Phil, you have no honor. That's what he would say to me. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alt has 15K watching him right now. So yeah, we can cipher off some of those from that guy. Okay, so it is. Let's get into. Oh, we got some voicemails. I'll get to those in a moment. Let me go. I'm just trying to do something here. I'm talking to you guys. No, stop it. Right over here. This. Okay. Now I'm doing it. Okay, so let me continue here. So, parachutes were considered dishonorable, my ass, dude. But it's dishonorable to die in battle. Win your fight. And live to fight another day. Rhaenyra has an Elizabeth I thing going on. She's a woman queen. She does not want a man with too much power could usurp with the hand situation, parachute. And, I mean, essentially, too, until she gets her grip on what's going on, she doesn't want anyone sort of usurping her word. She's got to sort of. If you see on her small council how much disarray there is, and she's got to get everyone together before she brings another energy into there. How does the biggest creature ever manage? Yeah, always sneaking, Captain. That big one. They never see Vhagar coming. God, is Crispy not the worst Lord Commander ever? And maybe this is a good question. Okay, I'm gonna end this poll because we all know what the answer is, and I'm gonna ask the question: Is Crispy the worst worse of a Lord Commander, or is he worse of a hand? Shenanigans, says Captain. The lady who died was depressed seeing her bastard, so he went emo on her and the dragon died. Exactly, Captain. Shenanigans. Yeah, how does the biggest creature of go? Yeah, Phil, what inmate do you have locked in prison behind you tonight? You don't want to hear about it. You don't want to hear about who I have locked in my prison or who I have tied up in my basement. We don't let her talk. She's downstairs. She lives in the basement. Good question, OW. I was wondering, maybe I'll put that as a poll question, but I'm very curious about what people are gonna say about this too. First is Crispy. Okay, I have to word this a better way. What job is Crispy worst at? Hand or Lord Commander? Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's see what people think he's worst. Which job is Crispy worst? What job is Crispy worst at? Hand or Lord Commander? Get your votes in. Okay. Aemond is not a good dragon rider. He just has a huge freaking dragon. Exactly. He's like a chimp with a machine gun, basically. He's just running around, and he's got the biggest gun. And he's fighting a bunch of people with muskets. In a sense, I mean, it's not fair. It's not fair. I know I should have put both as an option. Some people voting in this poll right now are going, Phil, you're the biggest butthead in the world. You had to put both as an option. What the damn hell? Someone's saying someone is saying this, something like this to me.
I had to get drunk as hell last night. I gotta be honest with you, after that episode.
Thank you, Emily. Emily, wherever you are, if you ever check these out, we love you, and I hope you come back to us. Let's do a couple voicemails. We got one from Pete's Live Music, and we got another one from Antoine Thomas. We'll play these two voicemails back to back. Thank you guys for leaving them, and anyone can call in if you want. 781-990-8509. Again, that's 781-990-8509. Also, if I'm missing your comment in the chat and I'm babbling about something and you got a definite thing you want to get in, you can also text that number, and you can get that in. If you're from out of the country and you want to leave a voicemail or text or something like that, you can always email me at theissuesguy@gmail.com. Send me a voice clip or something like that, so you don't have to pay international stuff to leave me a message. You can always do that on Tony's streams too. If you ever want to email me a voice clip and you're from out of the country and you're like, I can't call one of these numbers and call into the show, you can always email me a voice clip and I can play it on the show. But let's play Pete's message, and then we'll play Antoine Thomas, and I will let Joffrey take over hosting job for a second. Kill him! Kill them all! Kill him! I want them dead! Me! Yes, thank you, Joffrey. We'll try that right now. Here we go. Here's Pete's live music.
Give it up for narration guy.
Daemon's jaw clenches as he inches toward Rhaenyra's head. Blood oozes from her stump. She meets his eye.
Oh, yeah.
Daemon awakens in his bed.
Recap guy.
He looks at blood on his hands as a servant opens shutters. Mario, great.
Well. Sorry, the great message, Pete's Live Music. Thank you for letting us check in with our co-host, Recap Guy. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my shit with Claudia Jacobson's, is that Jacobson? Yeah, Claudia Jacobson's comment in the live chat. Wait, Phil. Am I seeing this correctly? You asked which job is he best at, and then you gave hand as an option? Is there some hidden perverted meaning there? I added the word perverted just because it's accurate to the description of me and putting out that comment. I'm going to say subliminal, yes, not intentional. But yes, Claudia, you're dipping inside the perversion of my mind right there that kind of came out. Oh, I did it again. It escaped me. So yes, you are onto something right there, I must say. Who's the worst king? Joffrey, I think. I mean, I think Joffrey. For reasons that I need to wait to see all of their reigns completely. Because Joffrey they're both horrible people. They're both pretty stupid and naive and kind of inexperienced. Joffrey is more narcissistic and more cruel. So from that metric, I think that makes him worse. I think Aegon is not cruel, but he's not Joffrey cruel. He's not narcissistic, but he's more like hates himself and doesn't care what happens kind of thing, rather than really thinking, I'm the greatest shit on the planet. Where I think Joffrey really, maybe he overcompensates a lot, but like he's really, really deluded himself into thinking he's, the Lord and protector of the realm and all that sort of stuff. I think Aegon like more strongly knows he's a fucking, joke. And he's more just a stupid bro party dude kind of guy, where you got a guy where Joffrey is a sadistic little like killing small animals kind of dude. Like, especially if you get into the books and everything he did with Tommen's kids, like he's a little, he's a little touched. So I would say Joffrey 100% worst. But Aegon is more stupid than cruel, but Joffrey is cruel, so evil. Yes. What OW said in a succinct, perfectly encapsulated sentence, it took me 30 seconds of babbling to say. But yes, OW said that more perfect than it took me a long time to say. Yes, Aegon is more stupid than cruel, but Joffrey is cruel, so evil. Joffrey is a sadist. There's a difference. Aegon's mindset is more like king. King, so I'm going to have to say that. The Loner, it's, dude, king? Like totally. Let's have a pizza. It's like he's Spicoli-ish, but like more douchebag. Okay. Oh my God, King Joffrey is Ian's making some good points here. I might have to go down this road with you. Oh my God, King Joffrey is the greatest king of all, except for Queen Elizabeth, the reptilian empress, and Caligula. I would say Joffrey is not quite, as wonderful as a ruler as Caligula was. Yeah, I think they're right there. Right there. Give Joffrey a lifetime. He might be able to Calig things up with you. He might be able to Calig things up with you. Oh my God, that's horrible. Okay, so this is going to be I got to play Antoine's message too. Let's play Antoine Thomas's voicemail. I may stop in the middle because it is a longer one, but let's play Antoine's voicemail. I got some audio issues going on over here with this thing. I gotta get a new computer. So I'm thinking I don't have my internal filter on tonight because I'm so tired. So I'm like, I need to get a new computer. This thing makes a lot of sounds. You don't care about hearing about that, like what am I doing? Okay, let's play this.
Well, the way it looks now is everything is exactly according to plan. As you notice that in the books, I was starting to wonder. Now I'm glad they finally got it. It took so long, but hey, I'm hoping that this series stays way up to September, because at least the season finale can show Aegon the Third as king, and he marries Aegon the Second.
I'm gonna go back and play the rest of your message, Antoine. I somehow I think I turned on calls by accident, but I'll take it. Heath Hinton, welcome to the show, buddy. How's it going?
Oh, what's up, buddy? I was trying to leave a message.
I know.
In
fairness, I was trying to send you to voicemail, but then I saw you're calling because I thought I had it set to that. But then I'm like, you're calling. I'll say hi. What's going on, buddy? I'll take your question live.
Oh man, thanks. But okay, here's my question: who thinks they are which person in Game of Thrones lore thinks they are smart but is actually stupid more? Let me put it like this.
Yep.
Crispy Cole or our favorite Lannister queen, Cersei. Who thinks higher themselves and is dumber?
Ooh.
In the grand scheme of things.
Okay,
Cersei or Crispy?
That's a good one if like we're putting on the dumb, stupid, like egocentric scale. Oh my goodness. I mean, I would think by the end of everything, probably Cersei. I think because Cersei is she just does not seem to have any awareness of what's going on at all. I think Crispy just smells his own bullshit a bit too much. You know, like he sniffs his own farts a little bit. I think Cersei's straight up. We go to the Joffrey thing, like the other question. I think Cersei is just straight up delusionally crazy by the end, and so I would say it's a tough question. I would say Cersei is the answer to that. Oh, but we'll get. But what do you think?
Well, I was going to ask you. I was going to say, well, the thing about Crispy is he thinks he's so smart with his battle plan, and he doesn't take everything into account. He doesn't think he's got an idiot on the throne that could do anything. And he goes and he attacks the castle in the day. So even though, they got rid of a dragon at Rook's Rest, how many people did he lose? He lost that whole army.
Yeah, good point.
So any gains that he has is from nil now. And he's going to be tucking his tail. So it's like, he's just like Cersei. It's like, okay, let's go take, the High Garden, but did it help him in the long run? No.
No,
because
absolutely.
He didn't take advantage of it. Yep. So I think it's the same thing. They're both stupid. They think they're smart, but when it comes down to it, they're just too stupid to even rule or be even in charge of anything.
Yeah, and then also you could think with not helping, promising to send people up north and then deciding, screw them, we're not going to do north, and then not doing anything with that head start really, except for have some sort of plan with the Greyjoy there with Euron, which really didn't amount to much. It did kill a dragon, but it just pissed Dany off more because ultimately you couldn't have won that fight. So Cersei needed to figure out a different tactic, and she just couldn't change. But you're right with Crispy. I think what this showed is both Aemon and Crispy are similar down that road that you were talking, Heath. They are good at coming up with basic strategy, but not as crafty as Crispy wants to be. He just doesn't have that extra gear of he shouldn't be the hand, really. I mean, he shouldn't be anything. He should just be a soldier. But
they're terrible at the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
they're terrible at the Game of Thrones.
Horrible, Heath Hinton. But do you know what's not horrible? Your call. Always love talking to you, my friend.
All right, my friend. Be good, buddy.
You
Talk
too.
to you soon.
Feel free to call back anytime, buddy.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay, I must admit, I totally botched the word buddy at the end there. I said biati. I don't know what word I was conflabbing it with, but there was something was going on there, Heath. I'm going to have to go get some water in a second here, but let's play the rest of Antoine Thomas's voicemail. Sorry for that interruption, Antoine. I saw the live call coming in, and I just popped it on. Let's get back to Antoine. Let's see. Okay, some of our other answers for that was we got Krispy Kreme is far dumber than Cersei, though. I would say far dumber. Yes, far dumber. But the question was who is dumb mixed with the idea that they're not as smart as they think they are. And I think that was the important line for me because I think Crispy thinks he's clever, but I don't think Crispy thinks he's a genius. I just think he thinks he's the pious man and doing the right thing. Where Cersei really thinks she's outsmarting people. And she thinks she's the genius on like a Tywin level genius thing. As smart as like Tyrion or Tywin or, a Littlefinger or Varys. Like she thinks she's that good. And she's not. And it's like that variation between what she believes and what the truth is, I think is more of a separation between the belief that Crispy has and what the truth is. I think Crispy could have the makings of a varsity commander if he reined in some of his bullshit a little bit. He's not a bad fighter. He's not a bad individual fighter. He does have some skills. He beat Daemon in individual combat, even if it was a tournament. Like he has some decent perspectives, but he's missing a few points. He's green. He would have been better working under a more seasoned commander for a while. Hand, fuck that. Never should be Hand. He doesn't have the makings of that job. But like a mid-level command officer kind of thing, he's not far off from that. but he just got put up. Like, I rag on Crispy a lot, but realistically speaking, you know, if he was handled the right way, programmed in different ways, he would not be useless. And I don't think he has. I think he's inept and he's kind of stupid and all that kind of stuff. So that's my perspective on the question. Good question by Heath Hinton. I love questions like that. I think it's Cersei. I think Cersei is stupid. Cersei understood the Game of Thrones. I think Crispy is stupid. Cersei understood. Absolutely. That's a great point, OW. Crispy is just stupid. Cersei understands the Game of Thrones, but I think a little knowledge is dangerous sometimes in the hands of the wrong person, because they take a little thing and then they think they're a genius about it. And sometimes that can be more dangerous than stupid people, because stupid people are predictable. Cersei's not predictable because she thinks she's smart, so she does extra stupid things to try to be clever. And I know Crispy kind of tried this tonight, but in essence, that wasn't a ridiculously stupid plan. The stupid part was not keeping everyone in the loop, not bringing that to the table, being open about what the plan was and setting it up better, or orchestrating your people so you're not sacrificing as many people as you did in that situation when the king comes in, making sure you tell Aegon what the plan is and make the king feel like he's the one that came up with it. He wanted Vhagar to go Dracarys people. Go full Charmander on their ass. Charizard, I mean, on their ass. Like he wanted that. The king they could have, if they were smart and they knew how to play the king, or if everyone in that team was working together and Otto and Alicent were there and they could sort of get into more the tactical thing and kind of work Aegon and really work him, they could do whatever they wanted. They just need to make Aegon think it's his choice. But they're not doing that. They're just like, fuck you, you're an idiot. Or we're going to just make plans behind your back and you can't do shit about it. Haha, and if you try, you're going to die and I'm king. Yay. You know, so they're playing him really in a weird way that shows their stupidity. But you could argue someone should have occupied Aegon II, but sorry, I gotta finish that. What was your question, Antoine Thomas? If I missed it, please repeat it, but I do have to finish your voicemail. So let me play the rest of Antoine's voicemail before my scatterbrain idiocracy goes too far.
Order, which according to the books is planned, but Phil, can you give us a rundown what we should expect, what the books was talking about, what to expect? I mean, this is a normal thing, and I don't normally do this, but tired. Came from my father's high school reunion and stuff from North Carolina, but I'm just all about business, and of course, we got to get serious business because the Greens are surely kicking our ass. But give us a rundown. I mean, it will definitely look. And I'll go to my ebook and re-download my Dragon books and everything, Game of Thrones on ebooks because, I have too many books. But give us a rundown.
Water went down the wrong hole. Hey now, I'm saying dirty stuff all over the place. Great call, Antoine. This is going to be a tough one because I don't want to spoil too much what's going to happen, but I will say, and I also don't know how far this season is going to go. I had almost thought in my mind, that the season would end with what we just had this episode. I thought it might be stretched out a little longer, and this would have been the big emotional conclusion to the season. But now this happening, I'm trying to think what I can say without spoiling much. I do think this might not be the last dragon battle like this that we have for the rest of the year. Something else might be coming. I guess that's as specific as I want to get with that. And not everything is always as it seems. So let's wait till we figure out what's going on with everything. But yeah, I'm going to be vague about that, Antoine Thomas. But I think I think be excited for some more intense moments like tonight's episode. Okay. The loner, Alicent with the eye roll and Aegon. That was an amazing scene. I can't wait to get to that. Clubfoot was like, yo, can I jack off to your feet right now? Are you in that kind of mood? Are you cool? You haven't been yourself. You haven't let me jack off to your feet in a while. That was totally what kind of conversation that was. Look, but, excuse me. It's like, I apologize because this might be the weakest of all in all existence that I ever did in my life because, reasons. But it's almost time. I mean, it's about time. It's did you? Oh no! Oh gosh, get that off. It's about time. Let's get into this episode. I've enough foreplay right here. Let's get into the actual episode, beat for beat. It's time for a recap. Okay, sorry about that. That was a poor, considering the last couple of weeks I'm like humping dogs on the ground and all that kind of stuff. Long night. But I can't not give you guys a recap. Okay, so Alicent is now the ultimate hypocrite. No dog. Yeah, no dog this week. This is a random night that I actually don't have a dog. But next week, Lady Lotus will be here. It's been a long time since she's been here, so I'm excited to see Lotus will be on screen next week, probably sitting in that chair. I'm excited. Okay, so, but no dog this week. There will be a season 3. There will be. This show's, I believe it got picked up for, I'd have to look up the information, but I feel like I saw that it got picked up for season 3 towards the beginning of the year. So that's why you haven't probably heard, because it was like already picked up. But I could be wrong about that. But I have somewhere in my memory. What did Leon ask? Does Alicent care for anyone anymore? Maybe her daughter. I think she definitely cares for Helena. Like, you see that in the last episode that she still has a kid. But even in that last episode, it's a good point, Lana. She more cares about, will she keep her mouth shut about the Crispy thing? So was she caring about her, or was she handling her? So Alicent might not know. I might not be a smart man, but I know what love is, Jenny. Alicent might. I am Alicent. I don't know what love is. Aegon. Like, she might not know it. Jack me off in the live chat. I would say we would be getting, at this pace, 4, maybe 5. But what's this, season 2? 3? I would say at this pace, it's looking like 4. But I could be wrong. My math, I'd have to really think about it and think about the whole story as a whole. But I would say 4, possibly 5, depending on how many episodes each season is. And I think we'll finish this off. And then we'll get on alternate years for a little while with Duncan Egg in this show as it's finishing off. But we'll see. I mean, we're at least getting a season 3. That's a given. Mark A. Houston. Trust the process, Mark. You'll see more of Alicent's feet. Don Corleone was a patient man. You should be too. We will stretch those stretched feet out at some point. I know, I was teasing. I was doing a little recap hype there for a bit. 4 and done, then a spinoff, probably Iron. That's kind of the direction I'm thinking they're going to go, and then do another Targaryen story at some point. But I think a lot's going to depend on. I'm trying to compare it to other networks and stations that have tried to create these universe of of television shows and how they've worked. Usually see a bunch come in batches and they're put together. I think HBO is going a little different route and sort of working on 1 or 2 at a time and with more onus. So I could see once this ends, they'll pick up something else to go, and once Dunk and Egg starts, maybe they'll start working on something else too. So there's also the Corlys Valerian series, which is the animated series. Tony was talking about that a little bit earlier. I wonder when that fits into the mix as well. But I don't know if Dunk and Egg is going to start before House of the Dragon ends. That's my question. Like, if House of the Dragon, what are we? I'm like, what year are we at? 2024. So the next season we can imagine is 2026. We're gonna have to wait 2 years to get another season of House of the Dragon. Dunk and Egg comes out, and then that's season 4. Right now, if they're working and they're filming Dunk and Egg right now, it's hard for me to imagine that they'll hold it for that long. So I'm assuming we're gonna get Dunk and Egg in 2025, like season 1 of it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overly excited and I'm like, oh yeah, see, 2025. But I'm guessing it's going to be towards the end of next year we might get Dunk and Egg, but no, or maybe 2027 we get the first season of Dunk and Egg, and the next season of House of the Dragon is 2026. Maybe we get nothing in 2025. I don't know. But I've been assuming Dunk and Egg's in 2025, but I could be wrong. The Jon Snow spinoff is on indefinite, not happening currently, but they give the you never can tell kind of attitude about maybe it will come back. I guess they couldn't get a story that enough people were hip on to kind of go with it. Let's listen to a couple of voicemails from Pete's Live Music and then get into our recap here. Pete, let me turn up your volume so people can actually hear you, Pete. What the fuck, dude?
Okay, one thing in the dragon fights I was thinking. Isn't it true that dragon fire, melts everything?
Yes,
so
it does.
While they were battling in the sky, it was an awesome scene, by the way. Loved it. But some of that tortured with the dragon fire, and then Rhaenys just, ducks, and she's fine?
It's like Batman with his cape.
Not sure about that.
Just the wizard did it.
Keep up the good work. Loving it.
Pete, a wizard did it. She's got one of those Batman Kevlar cape things that can just block that shit. You know, she doesn't have a dragon parachute, but she get the dragon invisibility cloak that can kind of block fire. You know, but made from dragon scales from the inside of a passed away dragon's butthole. It's extra strong, extra absorbent for fire because fire in the pants when dragons defecate. So it's a fiery defecation. So that area of the dragon is extra resistant to fire. So by that metric, she uses this shield. She's covered in it. It's like dragon butthole skin all over her place. Side butthole skin. It's amazing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm trying, Pete. But okay, let's listen to another voicemail by Pete. Targaryens are fireproof. That is a thing. Or was a thing. Or one Targaryen. Some Targaryens are fire resistant. Is it like your phone and being waterproof? Where you can put it right in. I mean, we know Dany was, and we assume that other Targaryens share this ability, but I don't know if all Targaryens do. That's a question for again, Miracle on 34th Street, Santa Claus. That's a great question for Preston or Gray. I think either of them would probably know the answer to that question. If what other Targaryens throughout history were known to be fire resistant, or is Dany the only one? That some are heat resistant. They can deal with hot temperatures, but how many of them? We know that the Mad King couldn't deal with fire. We know Viserys, Dany's brother, wasn't a real dragon. Who are the real dragons? Okay, plus Ragnar fucking loud. Oh, Raised with Wolves. Yep, Raggy. Okay, let's start out here. We start out with some ominous music and Daemon in another vision of the. This is of the Iron Throne. We see more of Millie as Rhaenyra. We hear voices. We hear whispering. We hear tripping. It is trippy city. It's happy hippie trippy style. All the music, all the hippiness. It's beautiful. They're playing on their chemistry in the visions. She's saying, "You're not as good as your brother." He kills her in the dream. The head's still on the ground, is talking, and then there's this mix from reality, from sleep to reality, where he wakes up and the guy from Harrenhal saying, "There's a raven." The strong guy gives an exposition dump about the setup for the episode. Crispy's on his way. He's gathering forces, taking over people, and you need to get an army to fight and join in the fight, but it's going to be difficult. Get the Glovers here, Grover's here, but it's a kid, and his father is. And this is a great Daemon scene, and shows just how much of an asshole Daemon is. This kid's like, "Yeah, my granddad's dying. He's like in a coma. He's incapacitated. I feel real bad." Daemon's like, "Could you kill him, please?" No, seriously. Could you kill him? Like, you're no use to me. Okay, forget killing him. Why don't you just take over while he's like that? Well, I can't do that. That's not honorable. We don't work like that. Then what fucking use are you to me? You're a little bitch. The Tullys suck. They're a bunch of wussies with fish with no teeth. Get out of here, you little fucking idiot. I have no use for you. Bye. Bye-bye. And sends the kid packing. This kid's like, I'm sorry. I felt so bad for this kid. He had like full Dick Damon douchebag going on there. Tully's a fish with no head. He needs an army, and the comedy continues. There's a lot of comedy happening in all the Harrenhal scenes. It's not everyone might be watching it that way, but I'm totally watching it as like a dark comedy of like where Daemon moved into a fucked up house, like a money pit kind of situation. Daemon in the money pit too. Yeah, like hilarious. Talking heads. Aegon's liver was fried. Ragnar with the mullet. Oh my god, Raggy and Floki and House of the Dragon would be great. I'd love to see a lot of Vikings people showing up. Daemon ever thought about putting a... Yeah, exactly, Leanna. Like, you know... You ever think about putting a pillow... Like, not even joking. Just saying it like deadpan. And then the kid just, well, Mr. Daemon, I'm a real honor. Fucking great. So and the comedy continues. Rhaenys walks out. Oh, yep. Rhaenys comes out to the pier and talks to Alan, Corlys' son, and she just grabs him. She's like, "I know that face. I know it, but your mom's hot. Your mom must have been hot." You know, it's just kind of a funny scene. And then Corlys comes over and it's like, "Hey, what's going on over here?" You know, and she's basically like, I know who that is. Why are you playing? Like, I don't care. We have more important shit to talk about. You know, like, duh, you're a fucking pirate. You know, whatever. So she's leaving. She's like, "You don't think I got dudes? Like, what the fuck?" So she's leaving. They got to go to Dragonstone and back up Baelor, who's got some information about everything's going on. And Rhaenyra still isn't around, and everyone's freaking out because Rhaenyra's still on her way back from King's Landing from the end of the last episode and seeing Alicent. And Corlys starts to talk some shit, and Rhaenys shuts him up real quick. So we get Alicent gets a delivery. It's Alicent from a Grand Maester. She gets her little day after tea. She's like, it's like for someone else. Sure. And then Alicent, who's just found out the information about, you know, the Song of Ice and Fire slip up about Aegon and Viserys' death, about being king, is just trying to rationalize her situation all she wants in her own head. And she's like, "Hey, did you think that, you know, Viserys wanted Aegon to be king?" And the Maester's like, "I don't know. You didn't talk to me about this stuff. Isn't this a little late for this? Is this a little late for this conversation?" Alicent drinks her tea. Not too late for that. So the war council with Baelor and Jace happens, and Rhaenys is there too, talking about Crispy's force and what Daemon's doing, and like he's having an orgy at Harrenhal, and all this shit's going on in the background, and she hasn't heard from her daddy, and it's a big mess. Alfred, somebody or other, starts talking shit, and Jace gets in his face like, be careful, I'll kill you right where you stand. And he doesn't have a direwolf to do it, but he does have a dragon. And Rhaenys and Alfred get into it about who's the leader and why she acted like it. She's no hand. In fact, there is no hand. And then Corlys comes in and bitch slaps everybody. It's a great scene. One of the better ones of the episode. And then we talk about how to end the conflict, and we need to just trust Rhaenyra. It basically comes down to it. Speaking of people I don't want to trust, I don't want to throw, I just want to put down the concrete and shove it down their face and rub it all over their pompous jerkhole mind. We get Crispy. Taking Army, basically doing his join or die, bitch. Join or die. Yeah, join or die, man. Join or die, hey. Join or die, fuck. Join or die. And he gets a letter and he walks off, which the letter, in retrospect, must have been from Aegon, setting all this up a little bit. Or talking about Daemon's movements or whatever. But basically, this is where the mission sort of changes to go to Rook's Rest. I believe, again, I'd have to rewatch it. And it might, I'm assuming that was from Aemond, and that's the communication to the two of them were hatching this plan. Oltorf's a solid episode. The politicking was worth the payoff. Spider's Big Ball says, Spider's Balls of Fire says, Alicent's doing a hot stone massage on Hokuchi. Captain says, Alicent doesn't seem like she's evil or anything. She's very pleasant. I thought she was sensible in this episode and kind of dealing with the weight of everything that she helped institute. And she's not liking the feeling that she's having. I kind of love Etsy. Literally the worst mother ever. I would say up there on the scale of being completely narcissistic that her kids need to be direct reflections of her. She's like a dance mom or something, or like one of those reality show toddlers and tiara mothers and stuff like that. Like Alicent's not a good mother, but she's not like an evil, bloodthirsty individual that wanted this kind of conflict. She was an idealist and didn't think about the actual consequences of any of this. And she just wanted it to be what was right. Daemon is the comic relief in the show, and I never expected. I love it. He is. Every scene he's in, the way he deals with other people, his inability to have normal human conversations with people, all of it is comedy gold. And it's played so low. But he's the most consistently funny thing on the show. And I would say Aegon has stepped it up in season 2. Aegon is high on that list. Millie was a better version of Rhaenyra for comedy, but that was just supposed to be for the lighter heart of the early half of the series. But I would say, and I think that's why she works so well with Daemon, because both of them play the comedy, the lighthearted sort of wordplay, back and forth, mannerism kind of comedy stuff going on. But anyways, I do think, Daemon is one of the more hilarious things on the show. Him and Aegon are probably, for a show like the main Game of Thrones was a very funny show. And maybe too funny towards the end, or maybe leaning into the comedy a little bit too much towards the end half of the series. But it was always funny. And I think what brings that energy the best is Daemon for whatever reason. Sorry, I should have muted. You could probably hear me drink the water. Oh, gobble, gobble, gobble. Next time I'll play a song. Okay. The other dragon seeds are blonde. Alan has no hair or white. I don't get it. Alicent's holding her stomach like she had some late Taco Bell. Doesn't she say that too? I purged a little bit too much. Okay, but let's continue with the recap here. I will catch up with the chat in a second. Thank you guys, everyone, for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. I was a little out of it before starting here. I may be a little shorter than usual tonight, but now that I say that, I'm looking at the time. I'll probably still be a couple hours, but I do appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to get back to jump on with Tony's and then jump over here because it's so much fun to be back to doing these on Sunday nights. Now, Game of Thrones coming back in this universe, instead of being a yearly thing we can expect and have fun, it's more of every couple of years we get to have a reunion and bring some more friends in, and it's a lot of fun this way too. So I'm glad to have A Song of Ice and Fire back and be able to talk about it for the good, the bad, and the silly of it. Okay, so bum, 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 bum. This is the House Hot D recovery group. My name is Cece, and I am heartbroken. Everyone in the live chat, make sure you give Miss Duncan the Tall a gigantic hug for having to deal with the emotions of this episode. And we're in the early crispy parts yet. We haven't even gotten to the other kind of crispy part at the end of the episode. That's sad. I was hoping that dragon was going to step on Crispy's head when he was down on the ground. I was hoping so too. The fact that Crispy's making it right now is pissing me off. But we see Crispy doing some Crispy annoying shit. He gets talked shit to by that dude's dad, and his head's cut off, and he's like, "You're a dick. What? You're a dick bag." Gets the letter, walks off. Then we get Aegon talking shit about Daemon at Harrenhal. This is a fun again. This is the comedy I'm talking about. Aegon is just non-stop hilarity in this particular scene. The way he's just going on about Daemon and Harrenhal and about how no one's doing anything. And this is when Aemon just takes over the scene. He's just like, no, Crispy's going to Rook's Rest. It'll be better for us. They're not getting Harrenhal. He turned around. I'm talking to him. I figured it out. And Aegon throws Varuk assault. I want it now, mommy. Don't tell me, like, give it to me now. And as you can, the actual sound of Aegon in this scene, I actually have a clip from it right here. Where is Aegon, dude?
I want one. I want a golden goose. Gooses. Geeses. I want my geese to lay gold eggs for you.
Okay, I'm gonna get copyright. Okay, they're gonna copyright the video. I don't know if that was too much. Okay, but you know my point. Crispy needs a lesson from Jon Snow on how to decapitate someone. It looked mad, Steph. He had no form. There was no beauty to that. There was no motion. You know, when you see some people swing a bat or swing a golf club or swing any kind of sporting device, or even do some beautiful dance moves or something like that, or something poetically artistic. They have art. They have a talent. They know how to run through the lines. He looked like a turd swinging a cheese curl. Oh, sorry. They can't all be winners. I don't have the fuel of alcohol tonight. Anyways, Aegon has a dragon steel armor. That's the only reason he wasn't extra crispy. Imagine how painful that iron hot metal is on Aegon. Ooh, that's gonna be if he did make it. It's not gonna be a good time. Okay, so let me continue with the recap. And I see we got some more voicemails. I will play them in a few moments at my next break. So Aegon talks shit about Daemon and Harrenhal. Crispy goes to Rook's Rest. Yada, yada. Then we get Aegon. Hey, my name is Aegon. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to get on my dragon. Going to fire a lag. And I am Aegon. He's an Aegon. He's all on his dragon. So I got to get on my dragon. I'm going to do things. I'm going to be good. And Aemon talks to him. He's like, he cuts him off. And High Valyrian, he's like, listen, dickbag. You were naming your dickbag friends to the council and being an idiot, drinking, being a dumbass. I own you because you need my dragon. Shut up. Who's in control now? You had to come and embarrass me in front of your friends, dickbag. Fuck you. And that's I mean, he doesn't say that in High Valyrian, not my exact translation, but more or less that's what he says to him. Now, say whatever you need to say to save face, you loser, because the only reason Rhaenyra is not coming in here and just kicking your ass out of that chair is because of my dragon. Sit and spin, Aegon, is basically what he's saying to him. I mean, someone can have a more accurate translation, but that's my translation of the High Valyrian in that scene. Oh my frickin' poops. Turd swinging cheese curl. Yes. That's what Crispy Cole looks like. I'm sticking with that one. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. He looks like a turd swinging cheese curl. The battle was super cool, General Grievous. Not as cool as your battles, Sir General. You know, with your 6 or 7, 8 lightsabers. I don't want to piss you off. You know, because I don't want you coming over my house. You drool when you talk, and it's kind of uncomfortable. So General Grievous, you know, just stay where you are. Obi-Wan's hanging out in my bedroom. He'll you don't want to come here. But love you, Grievous. That's Lord Dickbag you're talking to. Jack me off. That part where Vhagar was hiding in the woods reminds me of Jurassic Park. That was probably my favorite Vhagar scene, like where he's just like, should I kill people now? Trademark Lady Vhagar for someone else. Should I kill people now? No. Anyways, okay, so Crispy is going to Rook's Rest, and you just deal with it. So Aemon takes control of the situation, sets up the Rook's Rest, and says, don't you agree? You're king. And after this, Alicent gets a visit from Larys. He's like, hi. So what you been up to? You want to hang? Hey, what's going on? I didn't see the council. You feeling okay? How you doing down there? Yeah, you doing okay? And he's like, you haven't really been yourself. And she's like, I ate a lot last night. I'm feeling really full, and my stomach doesn't feel good. And he looks at the table and sees the day after tea and goes, yeah, I see, But as he's sort of unbuttoning his shirt and his pants, he's like, but yeah, I think we should never deny ourselves of the things that turn us on, right? Mm-hmm. And then she's like, nope. And she kind of turns her back and just like whatever about it. And then he gets mean. I read this scene as him not threatening her, but being like quid pro quo. Again, my quid pro quo thing. He was very much like, listen, if you keep wanting me on your side, get back on your game. Almost like the Littlefinger conversation with Roz. Like, I know you're upset about what happened, but, this is what happens to bad people. Don't piss me off. Like, I read this scene in maybe a way that it wasn't intended, where he was almost threatening her to get back into foot action or there's going to be trouble. Or he was sussing out if she's so loyal to Crispy that she won't play anymore because of it. I read this totally as him coming in there to want to play and her not being into it and him being a dangerous one of those people that's like you can't say no to them and they don't know how to separate fiction from fantasy, from reality from fantasy. So once you're like, I don't feel like playing in that game tonight. Shut up, motherfucker. You're going to play in that game tonight because No, that's the game. Stop. And she tonight is just like, no, I can't do it. He's like, yeah, you haven't been yourself. Yeah, like 1 million people died in the last couple of weeks. Not feeling like myself. Don't feel like flexing my teeth and flexing my feet and her teeth too. I'm sure he likes that. It's just an unsettling scene. It's gross. I love that conversation between Alicent and Larys. I felt she totally told on the true, on Viserys' last wish. And just like the Maester, thank you, Miss Duncan the Tall, for that reminder of that, because I just would have skipped it by it in my notes. He starts getting into, or she kind of hints at, was this supposed to happen? Was this Viserys' true plan and all this sort of stuff? And we get down to the point, which is, and she kind of reiterates it, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. The fight has started. It's war, Peacock. There will be casualties. It's sad. So speaking of sadness, we get Daemon in the PJs looking like Ebenezer Scrooge in the Christmas Carol. And this is what I'm talking about, the comedy. You got Daemon in his, seriously, coming out in giant PJs. Like, oh, hark! Who goes there? So cute. Kristen waking up is me looking at the clock at 5:50 and having to work at 5:30. I'm like, don't remind me, Razor. Don't remind me what I have to start doing on Tuesday. At least it's not tomorrow, but Tuesday. Lots of days this week I have to get up. Lots of days for this next 2 months I have to get up at ungodly times to get to workplaces and far off distances. It's not going to be fun. I think they all are. Okay, so Daemon is in PJs again. He's looking like someone is flowing through him, or he's following someone. Wait, is this a dream or is this real life? I'm not sure. And he's looking at himself, looking like Aemon. Is that what he saw? Was it Matt Smith dressed like Aemon that he was watching for a second, or was it Or whatever. So what could that mean? So he's back, and he meets Alice Rivers, and this is where we get our first real scene with her, and she's pretty fucking hilarious, and she kind of just plays Daemon. That's the best way of saying it. She just kind of wraps him around the finger, kind of flirting with him, kind of not, kind of just fucking with him for fuck's sake. Almost like Yara was messing with, or Asha, or whatever, was messing with Asha? You know, Yara, you know what I'm talking about. The fucking with Theon. It was just a very, it's funny. So she's the makeshift maester. She's like, the last maester ran out of here scared. We get some exposition about her. We get some exposition about Harrenhal with the heart trees in there, and basically Daemon sleeping in the weirwood net. We basically get it, like why Daemon's having these visions right there. It's this whole place, and was unfamiliar with this stuff, they just spell it out in this episode of, this place is basically built on giant weirwood trees in there, and they're basically, your bed is sleeping in the heart of it. Congratulations. And she tells him, you're tripping, you need to sleep, drink this, and sends him out of there. It's a great scene between the two of them. Lots of excitement and intense emotion in that scene. Like, you could really feel the kinetic force between the two of them. Good stuff. Flashback to the council. Like, this is a weird edit, but it's a good kind of trippy edit where it flashes to him imagining something, and then he's suddenly sitting on the council, and it's the Blackwood, and it's like, you called me here, and mid-sentence Daemon stops, and he's like, whoa, I'm back. And then another moment, he sees the person coming and bringing in a drink, and he thinks he sees his ex. And it's kind of a weird scene where the dreams are starting to pop into reality with him too, and there's a mix of it. And I thought it was handled really well to make you feel as unsettled as Daemon does in the scenes, but still played in a comedic kind of way. It's not played as fucking with him. It's played more fucking with him. Like, like he doesn't have patience for it. Like I'm applauding that Matt Smith is playing this different than I thought it would be played, and I like it. I like how he's kind of giving it a different acting color. I feel bad. How strong is not in a good position. I'm a sucker for dream sequences when they're done well. Me too. Joe never likes dream sequences. I really do like them. I'm like, the light's starting to bother me. Hi, everybody. Yeah. No. I can't be one of those people. Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually I'll do it. I wonder if Daemon goes a bit mad, or has he already gone a bit mad? So we go into other smart console stuff. They're talking about important stuff, and Aegon is, I already talked about the scene. He's like, I'm bored. They continue. Aegon sees his mom looking for some books after the next scene. And he's like, I removed him. I didn't burn him. Shut the fuck up. And him and Alicent have my favorite scene of the entire episode that wasn't the scene at the end of the episode. I said it earlier, the way she plays this, the actress, Olivia Nunn, is that her name? When I say acting colors, what I mean is the tone of your voice. When you're again, I'm not a fucking genius. So if you want to talk to a pro actor, talk to the Walking David who pops in our live chat. He's on screen. I'm a Punch and Judy theater actor that's had some acting training. But like, when you're talking about different acting colors, like it's almost like a complete different tone to her voice, and a different attack of the way she says her words. And she shifted in this scene. And instead of being like, or more excitable with her energy and like a higher color, she downed it. And she was like, you sniveling little shit kind of vibe. Yep. And real low. Her voice was like a half a decimeter, whatever monotone, whatever. It's like whatever tone. It was like her voice was a little lower. She was like growling a little bit. Just this is like very much a different tone or color to her acting in that moment. I fucking loved it. And she just is giving him no quarter. You know, my people ignore me. Yeah. Well, maybe if you maybe if you weren't an idiot and you sent away, and and you were, and you sent away Otto and you sent away me and you don't listen to it. We try to help you. We're trying to teach you how to learn, and you're being a moron, and you wonder why people think you are. You're an idiot. I mean, she did really well in this scene. Great scene. And yeah, you kill all the people with the rat catchers. You banish me out of. Whoa, I whistled. You banish me out of the whole situation. You kick Otto out. We were what's best for you, you fuck. And he's like, Diane, what would you have me do? What would I do? Nothing. Do nothing. Let smarter people handle it. Do nothing. It was totally an Allison smackdown. Let's get in the live chat right now. JC Waddle says, your king is here. I fucked up. Yeah, stand up. Yeah, shut up. You're a fuck up, king. I would have taken Sunfire as a win and left before Vhagar caught up. Me too, Captain. In knowing what was going to happen in the scene, I still couldn't help myself but scream, get out of there. What are you doing? And I mean, she was trying. She was trying to peace out, but at one point in time, she definitely had a chance to leave, and she made a choice to go back and engage again and try to take down Vhagar. And at that point, I would have got the hell out of there. There was no need to go back and re-engage Vhagar. It was, you got to come back, and one cannot take down that dragon. From what you see so far, when you see the size differences actually in front of you, you need to surround that dragon from multiple sides. You can't expect one dragon to take that dragon down unless it's someone that's way more experienced fighting. It just out tactics him, because right now Aemon is out thinking in the sense of, like, with the use of a giant laser cannon to be able to stop people. Excuse me. This moment of silence is brought to you by dehydration. Oh, much better. Even though I had a Ted Stryker moment where I had my drinking problem came up and I spilled. I do have a drinking problem. I'm a sloppy drinker. I'm not a sloppy eater, but if I drink liquid out of a cup, it very rarely does not run down my mouth. Okay. So, yes, 100%. So let's catch up a little bit in the live chat here. I feel bad for Clubfoot's father and brother. Fuck yeah. And I love how nonchalant Clubfoot is about losing Harrenhal. He's like, yeah, whatever. Place the shithole anyways. He got a money pit. It's going to distract him. It's going to kill Daemon from the inside, and he's going to fall apart. I don't care about that place. Good. He has kind of a funny attitude about it. Daemon saw some of the most influential people. He has a hand on the dying he has his hand on one of them dying in one way or another. All these influential people, and he wants to kill more. He's like, kill your father, kill your grandfather, your grandsire, smother him with a pillow. I thought they were the same person too. Looked like Daemon with Aemon's eye patch. I'd have to rewatch the scene, but I'm pretty sure he was having a vision of himself as Aemon. But I could be wrong. Narration guy said so. He said Daemon dresses Aemon. Thank you, Jack Me Off. And thank you, Narration Guy, our co-host. If only I still had access to HBO on my phone, we could get a Recap Guy back into action on our show tonight. But or I had a second sign-in, but I unfortunately do not. But Laris and Allison's convo was so well written. They said everything by saying nothing. Old school Game of Thrones. All those Allison scenes. She's becoming, like, she's amazing in these types of scenes. She has a lot. Olivia Munn. It's Munn. I think I said none. It's Munn. Okay, is the hot chick that dated Aaron Rodgers. Oh, really? I know she was on Bates Motel, which I didn't place. I knew her from something else. Okay, today's sponsor is brought to you by Dehydration. Brought to you by Frank Herbert's Dune. In theaters next year for the conclusion of the trilogy. Thank you, Ian, for that ad read. You guys in the live chat make me feel like I'm still doing Punchy Judy radio, so I can do wispy line reads. So let's take our couple of voicemails that we have right now and make sure you know you can call on in anytime you want. 781-990-8509. You can also have some text, which I do have in the live chat. Let me jump to live text. Let me get to the text because they've been waiting a little while. I did not check them enough. But Antoine Thomas says, I got to turn this computer so I can read it a little bit. Phil, does Aegon II turn babyface after Rhaenyra's death? After Rhaenys' death? And how does Aegon... Okay, I cannot answer those questions, Antoine Thomas. I cannot spoil that with how and if anything happens to Aegon. We don't know right now if Aegon is alive or dead, so he might have died in that Aegon blast, as far as I know, into coming till next week. So we shall see. We shall see, Antoine Thomas. Pete's live music. Was there DMT in the drink that Alicent the Witch gave Daemon? I dig her character so much. Nice attitude. Nice. I think I indirectly half did that in my version of your voice, Pete. I'm sorry. Like I was reading that how I imagine you would have said it. But I don't think I did that well, but I realized I was doing it as I was doing it. I'm kind of trying to read this like Pete. There was something in that drink that sort of neutralized the tripping element. I'm trying to think if there's something that, like, what would a hospital give you if someone went to an emergency room and says I'm tripping on acid or mushrooms, like I'm freaking out? What would they give you to sort of cycle through that to quickly go? Nothing, right? They would just put you in a comfortable place, strap you to a bed, be like, you'll be okay. Aegon Schrodinger's cat. Think of all the lords of Harrenhal: Roose, Tywin, Littlefinger, and Jon of Slint. I don't know why I said that like that, JC. I'm feeling silly. I can't enunciate words, but I can speak in random stupid accents that don't count. If Aegon was on Vhagar, maybe melees could have been taken out. Could have taken them out. Yeah, because as Smokeahontas was saying earlier, Aegon was a little drunk ass doing that shit too. Like they made it clear that Aegon dragon's drunk. As we heard earlier, don't dragon drunk. And 859 has a big question. Never asked the age-old question: indica or sativa in Paranoia? I would say I tend to like blends of both. I do one day, one night. I'm playing a different game than most people because of how much. So I get into this different tier of what something is in an immediate usage of it and then what it is long-term usage, because I'm in the Snoop Willie Nelson camp of consistency and repetition. Not quite the dog pound in a day stuff, but it's pretty consistent. So I do like to vary between the two. I like to more do one than the other, one than the other, one than the other. So 859, that would be the answer to that question. So let me get into, and on that note, this seed is brought to you by, oh no, why do I keep going to this camera? Like I seriously am not trying to go to this camera at all, but I keep doing it. It's a really ugly angle. Oh yeah, that's ugly. Let me do it over there. Like it's better if I did this, it would be better over here because this is me looking at the chat. I'm like, hi, this is the chat cam. Hi everybody, this is the chat cam. Like now I can see a use for this, right? Or if I wanted to do this, we got Tony, because Tony might jump in, not tonight, but at some point in time in the future here, I could like pop my other head right there, and then I could double up my head, which is not entirely without humor purposes going on there, but we won't worry about that right now because we're not playing that kind of game, so it doesn't really matter. Oh no. There it is. Okay. Oh, hi everybody. You can see when I'm over here and I'm reading the chat. Yeah, she needs Daemon with hers. If Aegon II was on Vhagar, yes, all that sort of shit. Now that I've set up useless camera angles that don't even matter so I can see myself in 2 different angles. Hey. I need to get one for over here too where I look at the calls. So I can be like, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. Oh yeah. But that's needed. It's really needed. Oh yeah. Isn't it, guys? Oh Okay, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, let's play Antoine Thomas's message here. Shut this shit up.
Okay, Phil, I need to know is when's the witch is supposed to happen before season 2 ends?
Antoine, I'm just I'm trying to not drop any spoilers for something, so I see that maybe I can read what you said before you said it, and I don't want to put that information out there right now. But Antoine, I promise you before the end of the year on my channel or on Tony's channel, we'll do some sort of book spoiler stream where we talk about the things we think will be for next year after that. And I think I did a stream with Tony and can't remember if it was Bridge or Gray where we did a stream about this very subject. And I think you can find it on Tony's channel. It was things we expect with spoilers for the book kind of situation. But in this, there are people that haven't read it quite yet, so I want to kind of keep it as vague as possible for things to come. As I do know some people like to go into these things as naked as possible and probably watch it as naked as possible too. I mean, it's a Sunday night. Who wants to get dressed? Sunday nights for Game of Thrones and no clothes. Okay, let's go.
So we lost 2 major characters unexpectedly. This feels like the first episode of House of the Dragon that I can think of that reminds me of how in Game of Thrones anybody could get the axe at any time.
Yep.
Up until now, that hasn't been kind of looming over anything, but this was kind of like a little reminder, I think. I don't know, what do you think?
Big ball. Oh, sorry. I got caught in the live chat. Sorry, I missed the end of your message.
Thrones, anybody could get the axe at any time. Up until now, that hasn't been kind of looming over anything, but this was kind of like a little reminder, I think. I don't know, what do you think?
I do think is really awesome like that. I think it is one of the moments where we start to feel that energy that any character can go at any point in time. Especially, I said this earlier and I'll say it again. I kind of wish I didn't know what was happening and kind of watched this episode with zero knowledge. And I wonder if anyone did watch this and didn't know what was going to happen. Did you expect that by watching the scene? Were you like, oh, okay, Rhaenys is getting away? Did you expect another Vhagar gotcha trap set, like hiding behind something? So yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. If anyone's watching this later, leave it in the comment section or pop it in the chat or calling in, leave me a text or something. I would love to hear how it felt watching this, not knowing it was coming. Because, yeah, because it was really effective knowing it was coming. So I can imagine it's even more what you were saying with that, Pete. And Pete, you're probably I'm not sure if you read it. You might be the exact example I'm talking about, and that's why because I feel like it felt like that way to me, knowing what was going to happen, and so I can even imagine it would be even more intense for someone that didn't. Okay, hot, isn't that right? Sobriety test, the Drakkar. Yeah, exactly. You should have to blow a. You should have to blow a dragon to. You should have to blow a dragon to make sure you're sober enough. I mean, take a straw. You know what I'm trying to say. There should be a dragon blower. I don't know where to go with this, but Cop, you know why I pulled you over? Dracarys, bitches. Expect her to die with how they shot it, Ian says. Yeah, so the way they were doing it with the music, with the setup, you could kind of smell what the Rock was cooking there. I was gonna say smell a turd coming. You could smell it coming. Excuse me. Rhaenys actress was the best in House of the Dragon. I am going to miss her. I agree. I thought they gave her some great episodes this season. Excuse me. Leading up to this situation. I love having live streams to go to talk to other fans of the show. Captain, me as well. As much as I love watching these shows, and I'd watch them myself as well, I wouldn't get into the week to week as much. I'd kind of let things pile up and binge it if I didn't have an opportunities to come out and talk to you guys and have fun and have all these things. It's like getting a group of, the group of friends together and hanging out and talking about the episode. It's why Joe and I started doing this way back, or why I started doing this way back when after Breaking Bad episodes. It's just because it's fun, whether it's 2 people or 200 people or whatever, or 2,000 people. It's just a great time getting to hang out and shit talk about the episodes. Because, sometimes you coordinate with your real life friends and they like the same stuff. But I had a recent experience where I bumped into somebody. I met a new person that the dynamic of hanging out with this person didn't work out. But what was very interesting is I don't have a lot of people in my real life besides Joe, obviously. But any people in my real life that I talk to about certain television shows I watch. Like, especially some Game of Thrones is one of them, in the sense of like being able to do this. Like I'm pushing 2 hours of halfway, almost done with the episode of me talking about this episode. Excuse me. And I haven't been too off subject tonight. I've been pretty on subject tonight. The other show that was Survivor. The other night when Tony mentioned that he watches the show, The Traitors, the reality show Traitors, I got really excited because I have no one in my life to talk about The Traitors with. And I'm like, I love this show. It's probably my favorite reality show ever made. People are like, reality show, click. The Traitors is more of like a board game you would play with your friends, like that you're watching. And I could just imagine it being really fun. It's almost like that game Mafia, if you ever played that in college or with your group of friends, or the contract murder one where certain people within the group are murderers and they're killing you and you have to figure out who the murderers are. So it's I played that game a lot in college. We had an assassin game we played where you could either stab someone with like a pen or like a blunt, not something that hurts somebody, or shoot them with an elastic band. And you had to find everyone on the list. You get a list and you have to kill everyone on your list. It was down to me and this other person one year, and they disqualified me because they said I was too hard to find. And I was like, is that the point of the game? But whatever. But I like that game. I mean more, it's like, it's a, anyways, I just said that I wasn't off topic a lot, and I totally got off topic. So, sorry. Joe will be back. He'll be back at least once this season, I'm hoping, to give his non-bullshit opinion of House of the Dragon. And spoiler alert, he doesn't like the show. So be prepared. Be prepared. If you guys, Joe wants to know if he comes back. If he comes and I make him, if I make Joe come and I just can't help myself tonight. If I make Joe come and he talks about the show, he wants to make sure everyone knows that beforehand that he is not like this show and he's not going to be saying good things about it. And if you still want Joe back for the show, he said he's willing to come one week and catch up on the show and watch live with us. Because so far he's only watched half of the first episode of season 2. He watched the whole first season. And he watched half of the first episode of season 2, and he turned it off. And he said he'll catch up and watch the rest and finish with us. At least one episode, but he wants everyone to be prepared that he does not like it. So if I make Joe come, you're going to have to deal with the consequences of what splashes on all of our faces, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You guys have some of you that might be listening are like, who's Joe? You know, this is the first time I'm watching you. I accept that. Thank you for popping on in. Please hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate it. But if some people have been watching me through Tony and popping over here, or friends of Carmine and Preston, or Gray and all of them, people that my other friends all around that have suggested us or pushed us over here. So don't know who Joe is. Joe is one of my main co-hosts on my channel and one of my best friends who tends to get rather passionate about his views when he doesn't like something. So, be prepared for it. He's coming. Joe Rant coming. Okay, go fuck yourself. It's coming. All over the place. Phil, talking about your Obi-Wan in his room and making Joe come. Are you trying to tell us something? No, not really. I'm telling you, I'm having fun. Okay, I must be a bad person because I'm Team Green. There's no bad sides. They're all bad people. Mad Sinister, Macau. Don't feel bad liking anyone because these are all trash people. I'm not making any friends. I'm not making any friends tonight.
Dude.
Definitely not. Okay, did you guys drop... We didn't talk about... I was meaning to do, and I'll still do it at some point. I was going through a lot of personal shit you don't want to hear about, like doctor stuff, and it was hard for me to sort of get out here and be this while I was going through it, because this is really who I am. This is not, I'm not... This isn't me putting this on. So when I'm not feeling good, like I never want to come out here and be like, hey guys, yeah. So yeah, then the dude's like, Crispy, we're not attacking at daytime. Yeah. So yeah, we're not attacking. Yeah. So whenever I feel like that, I can't really do stuff. So that happened to happen during Invincible. So at some point, I will, and the end of Shogun, and a couple of other things, and the end of Curb. So at some point, I will be doing a roundup show where it's just Joe and I will be talking about a handful of stuff that both of us need to catch up on talking about. So that's coming. It's coming all over your face. Okay. I'm a trashy world. It's a trashy world. It's a trashy world. Phil, you know the chat would cheer you up. It has. You guys cheer me the F up. I don't know why I can say motherfucker every other word, but I say F sometimes. It happens. It happens. Dude. It's right. I was just going to, use this as my protection screen and not realize that I had the whole other thing there. When I push that, do you guys hear the word dude? I need a ketchup. It's actually, the thumbnail is made iron. It's called The Ketchup Show. Literally with a thumbnail of a bottle of ketchup. So it's made. And Matt and I are due for a Sopranos cast too. Matt had a... we're going to talk about it on the Sopranos stream, but Matt and Jen, Mrs. Matt, their amazing, wonderful dog, Rosie. I think Rosie was like 13, 14 years old, something like that. In the 12 to 14 range. I'm something like that, or definitely an older dog. Unfortunately passed as well, and it was a tough time for them. They're so dog-centric people. So Matt needed a little break. But Matt and I will be back with Sopranos stuff soon as well. And if he watches this, which he never will because he doesn't watch Game of Thrones stuff, but if people that are watching our Sopranos stuff, that's why that didn't exist. We kept trying to do that, and then that stuff came up, and so, but I will be back with all of that stuff. The summer is going to be hectic, but when I'm busier, it's easier to do stuff sometimes. So I'll figure stuff out, and I know for what my off time is, especially once House of the Dragon ends, I'm going to have a lot more time and I think I want to try to keep these Sunday nights going because I don't work on most Mondays this summer, so I can stay up late on Monday nights. So Monday nights are kind of like Sunday nights are kind of like my Saturday nights. So there's that. So I'm probably gonna stick with the Sunday night thing for a bit. Oh, thank you. I gotta say that half of what I love about doing this is sitting back and just letting Joe run. Phil is like the multiplying guy from the boys. That would be amazing if I was that mad sinister. That would be a great thing to do. It would be. Okay, so let's continue with this episode. I'm getting towards the end here, or getting towards our big conclusion. Dude's like, let's lay siege at night. Crispy's like, no daytime. This is part of the plan. Again, not communicating. Dude's like, dragons. Crispy's like, are you scared? And he's like, no, I'm fucking rational. This is the guy that's saying this, I believe, is the same guy that we see turn to dust by the end of the episode. He's like, listen, fuckface, Crispy Cole. Listen, you motherfucking Krispy Kreme, son of a bitch. Are you dumb? I don't need it. I don't need it at all. I just need some crispy time. What are you talking about? They call him Crispy Baby, they call him Krispy Kreme. He is a battle baby, he as a man of scene. He don't communicate with kings, he rocks his limbs. He's crispy, 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 Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme. Crispy, 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 Krispy Kreme. I want to see him die. I want him to lie on the ground and burn and fry like a crispy high. Oh, crispy baby, crispy, die, 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 die. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, let me turn that. Sorry about that. They can't all be winners, but that was fun. Okay, so okay, so Crispy says, "Are you scared? I'm rational. No, I'm a crispy idiot." So Rhaenyra shows up. Okay, this is when the episode starts getting really good. Like, it was great. It was good up until this point. It gets really good from this point on in the episode. Rhaenyra shows up, and they give her all the info. She gets an info dump. The size of... I won't go there. But she gets a big info dump. And Jack Me Off says top 10 hiss. Krispy Kreme, awesome, almost as good as Dick on. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to, I still haven't wrote actual words for it. I'm just sort of riffing it as it goes. So not all the words are winners. But I thought that was a pretty good run at it. What I'm trying to do is do it like a bunch of times and then listen back to all the versions and pick the best words that worked. But that was probably the best full if I want to capture one and make it a short, maybe I'll do that this week. I'll do the Crispy song. If I listened enough to it, I probably could Sonic. Let me see what I can do. Maybe trumpet might be easier. Trumpet probably would be easier. I know the notes better on the trumpet. Okay, I bet. Can't wait for Crispy to die. Crispy die. I mean, that's gonna be the chorus of the song. OW. It's like they call him Crispy Baby. Some call him Krispy Kreme. It's like Crispy die. Crispy die. You know, like, it's got to get to that. I mean, that's the thing we want people screaming, right? I mean, we're writing a song, guys, all of us together. Like the chorus, we want Crispy die. We want. Yeah, the info dump with the big giant turd swinging a Cheeto, Krispy Kreme. But yeah, I think it's more of a Sonic song. Sonic, it's more of a trumpet song. Well, Dick On only had one word. It's true, and I think what's great about Dick On too, and is always amazing when you all send me in songs and stuff like that. So Dick On, I cannot take full credit for Dick On. Dick On is from our good buddy Pete's Live Music, right? Is Dick On?
Dick on, Dick on, Dick on.
So I mean, you can't deny Dick On. I definitely need to combine all this stuff into one Spotify page with all these stupid songs. Okay, so Rhaenyra shows up. I feel like the last season of Game of Thrones, I had a lot of songs too. Okay, Rhaenyra shows up and they give her all the info dump. Jace was like, "Where the fuck have you been?" She's like, I went to King's Landing. I needed to know that after 80 years of peace, if this is going to war, I did everything possible to make it not happen. Okay, whatever. And then they start getting into the Rook's rest of it all, and Jace is like, we need to send a dragon. Rhaenyra's like, no, now's the time. They underestimated me. It's time to go full on motherfucker right here, and let's do this. And she's like, I'm going myself. And Jace is like, no, you can't go. Captain Picard, you can't go down on the OA mission. Send me. And she's like, no, Jace, you're too inexperienced, and your dragon's too small. You're not going to do anything. Jace, you're not the one. And then Rhaenys raises her head in the back. She goes, I'm the one that has to go. My dragon's the second biggest. I'll meet Cole. I'll handle him. And she heads out like a boss. Aegon's getting drunk, breaking shit, which is, not surprising. He's like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck wiffle bat, and we're heading for some fun. But he's not heading for some fun. We'll get to him in a second. Jace wants to go too. She tells Jace the Song of Ice and Fire story. As we hear the story being undercut under these next scenes, we don't have a music montage. We have a monologue montage where we get to see Aegon getting drunk, getting ready to ride his dragon, getting his armor up. And okay, I got to put Joffrey's picture up because I want to do some hippie activities while this is happening. I want to do what Joffrey's doing in the video in the moment. This scene was very my underrated moment of the episode, which I have to say,
Phil's underrated moment of the episode, brought to you by a smoke break. Don't dragon and drive.
Hi everybody, this is Phil, and this is my surprising moment of the night. Oh my goodness, what the fuck moment? There's so many amazing moments in this episode. What the hell can I talk about first here in this situation? We gotta know that Aegon is getting drunk and you don't drag him drunk. But you know what my favorite moment of the whole entire episode was? It was hearing that Aegon Targaryen flirting and playing with his dragon. His dragon was cute. He was cute. He had a drunk idiot moment. That worked well. What the fuck? Thank you, YouTube. So yeah, that was my favorite little weird part of the episode was when Aegon was first steps up and talks to his dragon, and he gets this really cute, happy hi look on his face that I just wanted to pinch his cheeks. He looks super cute. Super goddamn cute. Dick on a song that makes me happy every single time. I know. I wish I could play it. You can't play it too much, because too much dick on in anyone's life is just, it's like slap across the face. You know what I'm saying? Oh God.
Dick on, dick on. Dick on, dick on, dick on. Dick on, 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 dick on.
I love the unexpected Beavis and Butthead at the end.
Dude.
Okay, so hi everybody. Oh yes, dudes. Dude. Oh shit, where'd I go? Why am I disappeared on screen? That wasn't intentional. Oh, there I am. Okay. No one wants to look at you. Why am I on screen? No one wants to look at this. I know I'm decomposing as expected, sir. Okay, so the battle gets set up. We get the voiceover of the Song of Ice and Fire, and the dragon battle's ready. It's on. It's happening. It's there. It's great. It is. It is a dragon fight.
dragon. Vagar, eating all these little motherfuckers. Aha.
Okay, I can't do that to my voice right now. But I don't forget you, Vagar song. Okay, so so this all gets set up. We get the voiceover. The dragons are ready. The battle set up. The daytime siege. The dragons are coming. Cole's got a plan. He's leaving the signal. He sends a signal as Rhaenys heads in. Dracarys is some motherfuckers. We see a few horns go off, and oh no, we see him. He's sleepy Vagar hanging out. It's in the corner. It's trouble. He's sleeping in the grass. Oh yeah, it's Vagar with the oh my goodness. I know spiders balls. I'm definitely like I'm happying it tonight. So we lost to oh sorry, I was reading something. I'm like Ron Burgundy reading random things that are put in front of me. I don't even know what they are. But yeah, Vagar's big in the friggin' castle. He was so huge. He was so flippin' effing goddamn huge. Like, and I know Joe Dirtylock somewhere is yelling at me, going, "It's a CG thing. I was not real. I don't care." Oh, fuck you, Joe. No, where are you, Joe? Fuck you, Joe. No, I don't care. When that stuff is done good, you can feel scope of it. You feel the volume, I think is the best word for it. And I think the thing that separates good computer-generated stuff from bad is the volume of it, is the weight of it. And I felt that with the dragons in this episode. I haven't always felt that in every Game of Thrones dragon situation. In this one, I did. In Vagar especially. It's just, you see those other dragons fight, and when Vagar shows up, it's a different game. It's a different game. But Vagar doesn't step into action. Aemon sees his drunk-ass stupid brother flying in, and he goes, you know what? I'll let him get killed. Yeah, why don't I do that? Why don't I wait? And there comes drunk-ass Aegon flying in, and dude is like, the dude that's given Krispy Kreme shit all night is like, this is your stupid plan to have the king suicide mission himself into Rhaenys? Like, you can't beat her. You dumb? And he's like, that's not my plan. And then Crispy gets up and Crispy gets up and he gives this inspiring, depending if you're a moron, but no, he gives a Crispy speech, and it's very crispy. I would do the Crispy song again, but the last version of it was so good. But he does kind of go, I am the leader. No, I'm not gonna mess with it. The last version was my best version yet. I'm gonna stick with it. I'd have to pick up the flute again. I hurt my lip on that. But no, it is just a crazy scene as we finally get a dragon on dragon battle as the two mix it up. Sunfire scratched up and like pisses itself or something happens. It's kind of an even fight, but Rhaenys is definitely the more experienced fighter. You can just tell. Even if the dragons isn't a complete mismatch of the dragons, the rider is a mismatch. Rhaenys is just kind of outmaneuvering him the whole time. But the plan changes here again, or the plan actually comes into fruition as, oh shit, Vagar comes flying in. And you can just see, wow, how fucking big it is, how huge the dragon is floating on in. And that is the plan as Cole smiles and approaches the two. And Aemon is there, and Dracarys and burning fucking shit. And Aegon and Sunfire and Rhaenys. Oh, yeah. So this is where it comes up. So Aemon literally, 90% of people everyone thought, literally rolled right up and burned the motherfucker down. Like, burned his king. I'd have to rewatch the scene. Was Rhaenys even there? Had she already flown away? Like, in my memory, she already flew away. Like, it was just like, you just like went right for him. But okay. He's like, want to embarrass me in a brothel? I'll see what happens. Do you forget that I'm packing what I'm packing in my pants? Like, fuck you, dude. Not literally. I mean, my dragon pants. But anyways, oh shit, it's Vhagar, and he's huge, and that's the plan. And Sunfire, Rhaenys escapes, flies away, and she says, no, and turns around and flies back into the fight. And Aemon and her get into another big battle, and again, it's really weighty. You can really feel the energy of it, and it's lots of twists and turns. Both are falling. Crispy is and then we go up to the other battle. We see lots of fighting and twists and turns in the battle. We see Crispy galloping along, and Crispy gets knocked out, and the whole screen goes to black. We can see some slow motion fights. Vhagar ends up on the ground for a second. Really amazing visual shot of Vhagar on the ground. Meleys and Rhaenys are getting out of there, and it seems like after a little bit of time went by and a little mix up, she's sort of escaping the battle, and she's like, okay, can't win this fight. I'm getting out of here. Vhagar's gone, and she heads out, and then Vhagar is like hiding behind a castle, and surprises her with his Mortal Kombat fatality. Vhagar has a Mortal Kombat fatality. Fatality, neck smash. Vhagar. Vhagar goes right for that, and it is such a well-shot, traumatic kind of scene where we see it's like very Hans Gruber-ish from Die Hard, that like falling down in a little Wile E. Coyote. Sorry, rest in peace, Rhaenys. There's a little bit of a Wile E. Coyote fall down, go boom thing going on. Oh no, I'm going to hell. I'm going to Game of Thrones hell. So yeah, it was good. It was a very well orchestrated, organic feeling scene with computer CGI, computer generated creatures, which is not easy because they played the people. You had the emotional moment of drunk ass Aegon flying in there and just his drunken dragon decisions. And then you had Vhagar and Aemon with their own shady plan to kill him and become king, essentially. Or kill him or incapacitate him and win the war because he can't do shit. Or fucking... And then you have Rhaenys there trying to be like, if I have a chance to kill this thing, this is the time I got to do it. When she has a chance to leave, and she's like, no, I can't leave. Maybe she should have just taken what happened to Aegon in Sunfire and called it a win. Someone said in the chat earlier, no one would have faulted her. She'd come back with a win. But she's like, I can take Vhagar here. Or maybe I can. Maybe I can outsmart Aemon and like outmaneuver him, and I'm more experienced than he is. I don't know what exactly she was thinking in that moment. I would have ran personally, but I get it. She's Klingon. And I keep saying Klingon because I don't think Targaryens are one for one with Klingons. I just mean she's a warrior. She's not going to turn down. She had the opportunity. She's there. Vhagar is there. I'm trying this. I got to try it. I can't not make the fight. And so I get it. I mean, it's me screaming at the TV because I know it was about to happen. No, you can't. No, get out of here. You can't win this fight. But, she could have done it. She could have fucking done it. Okay, so went to black a few times. I was like, is this shit over yet? It did. We got a little bit of a fucking Lord of the Rings multiple endings thing going on. So lots of fires, twists and turns. She falls down. Meleys gets killed, and then she falls down. It's a little different than it gets described in the books, but I think it still is effective, and it's even more emotional watching her fall in that Hans Gruber-like Wile E. Coyote way. It was sad. We got Uncle D from Studio 11 live. Uncle D here. Just got in from the studio. Haven't even watched the episode yet, but had to drop in for my favorite live stream. I can't even say the word live stream, so I'm no one's guru, but no, I'm kidding. A guru could actually say the damn word, studio. Uncle D. But from one uncle to you, Uncle Phil to Uncle D. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for the kind words. You flatter me, sir, and you are amazing. Yeah, but Aemon was sheathing his sword as he's approaching Aegon II. He could have finished him there. That's the question we have in this final scene as Crispy wakes up, as we get some more flashes of the fight and a big breath in as he takes it all in. And then we see Aemon approaching where Aegon crashed and with his sword sheathing his, like he looks like he's about to stab it, but Crispy shows up and then Aemon walks away because he knows Crispy won't let him do that. And kind of starts to pray over Aegon. And that's the end of our episode of House of the Dragon. Wow. Especially the end of this episode. This episode was like a snowball rolling down the hill. It kept picking up steam as it was going and got more and more intense until it reached that apex point of the Vhagar killing Rhaenys and her dragon. And then everything else was sort of, you know, the breathe in after the explosion. And I thought all of it was handled exceptionally well. I think from the point that Rhaenyra showed back up to the end of this episode, this is some of the best House of the Dragon has been so far. I was absolutely feeling the energy and just the tempo of this particular episode. It was just really, really snappy. It was a very snappy episode. Save? No, don't save. Oh, I meant to save because there was there was a song that one of you guys in the live chats said I wanted to write, but I didn't save my document like an idiot. Like an idiot, idiots I tell yous. Yeah, jacked me off. It was just rolling, picking up till the end. It was so big, and then it finally hit the ground, smashed up a little bit, and then you get it at the end. I like it. Holy mother flipping shit. We just got a voicemail from one of the best, one of the beautiful, one of the amazing motherfucking chatters. So we got Pete's Live Music and the Bloody Talker here with a couple of voicemails. Now is the time you want to call on in. Call in and leave a voicemail, 781-990-8509. Join the show. Going to be on only for a few more minutes here. I'll probably drop off in 10-15 minutes. Still working slow motion, so a little shorter this evening. Let me see if I got it. Let me see. Oh, that is amazing. Anna, I don't know if you can hear me, but I will probably be done before they are. Otherwise, I would absolutely have taken you up on that, and I appreciate that, Anna. I love you and appreciate that, and I'm hoping everyone over there at Direwolves, our sister cast, is doing amazing right now and having a good show too. And we're going to do a crossover with them at some point this season with Gray. Gray's invited me and to do sort of like where I'll jump in the show and then we'll be live here and live on Gray's channel, or live on the Direwolf channel at the same time. So Gray and the girls have invited me over there, and that should be fun to do that one week. Maybe we'll do a season finale or the week before the season finale or something like that. Or but Gray and I have to touch base to figure out the fine details of it, but that will be happening. I can say it, but we'll make the best effort to make that happen before the end of the year. But definitely check out that cast if you haven't already. But yeah, we're gonna do a simulcast, and so we can party in both chat rooms and have a good time, and we'll do that. Ooh, Miss Duncan the Tall gave me a text. Let me click over here. Pete's Live Music. Thank you for the Dickon spins. I wonder if the actor who's played him has seen your show. That would be amazing if Dickon has seen the Dickon thing. That I'm sure couldn't give a shit to listen to me talk about stuff, but I couldn't imagine the actor that plays that part not smiling when he hears you singing that, Pete. See. Phil, was it me or did Eamon try to kill him twice? He did try to kill him twice. It's not just you. He absolutely was going to go over there and stab him and make sure he was dead. Rex, hey Phil, the Bloody Talker. Good to catch you a stream. Well, the end of it. Thank you, Bloody Motherflippin' Talker. It's amazing to see you, motherfucking. I said motherfucker and motherflipper both at the same time. I'm going to play your voicemail in a second here, buddy, but it's good to see your name in the live chat again. Bloody Talker. Would love to see Sonic, your boy. Maybe when I'm there, I can get them all to do it. We'll see if I can bring the recap energy to the whole show, and we'll see what they do. They might kick me off once I start jumping up and down like that. Let's see. Aemon walks away, not even caring about it. Yeah, not even caring because he wanted to kill him. Melee's the monstrous head being pulled through King's Landing. Ooh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I just agree. I don't think Aemon was going to kill him when he approached the ground. Maybe or maybe not. Either way, he was kind of being sus with that sword. Like, I think he was just making sure he was dead. But I don't know. Good, fair point. Maybe he wasn't trying to kill him. Maybe he was just trying to see if he was dead. You know, kind of like checking out the scene. Being like walking down the street, being like, I want to find out if he's dead. Let's check it out. Is my brother dead? Ew. I don't like where I was going to go with that song, so I figured I'd stop that before it was too late. That was going to be too filthy. Okay, so let's go. Pete's live music. Save me from my own self here at the end here. Let's take a couple more voicemails here. If anyone wants to call in or text on in, we'll do it. And I'll catch up with the live chat, and then we'll call this a stream. And I'll try to not sleep for 12 hours tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Because Tuesday starts my crazy summer. Pete's live music.
What do you call it when a young ruler falls out of the sky with his dragon and lands on the ground and goes splat?
Wait 1 second. I'm sorry. I've messed this up all night. So Pete, I need to hear your joke again. Let's rewind this stuff. Let's go. Let's play Pete's message again.
What do you call it when a young ruler falls out of the sky with his dragon and lands on the ground and goes splat? The King's Landing.
The computer fucked up. That's amazing. Did you make that joke up? I have to hear that one more time because that's fucking amazing.
What do you call it when a young ruler falls out of the sky with his dragon and lands on the ground and goes splat? The King's Landing.
There we go. That was better. Yeah, there we go. I got the timing of it better. I have to say I played your joke twice because I wanted to get the timing of it right. But that's good. That is good. Great joke, Pete's live music. I gotta steal that joke and say it on the pre-show next week. So, bloody mother flippin' talker. Let's hear what you have to say, buddy.
Hey, Phil. Long time no message. The bloody talker here. I think the season's been pretty good, man. I've just been busy Sunday nights, so I've been trying to catch your streams, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. I just heard you talking about Rhaenys and why she stayed, and I think another part of it is not just she's trying to see if she can do some damage to Vhagar, but also the fact that Rook's Rest is, held by one of the people on Rhaenyra's council.
Yeah.
So she was trying to think that if she ran, they could have made her council just all. So she had to kind of stay and fight to the death. But anyway, buddy, good seeing you. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Absolutely. I did, Anna, and that is awesome of you. I'm just wrapping up right now because I'm hungover from last night, but I do so appreciate you doing that. If I was going to be on longer, I would absolutely take you up on that. Anna, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Anna from the Red Lipstick Club, and you check out Direwolf City this week, every week as well. Whether you watch that the next day or you bounce back forth between us and them, check it out. And Anna was on there, so definitely check her out there. And Anna, my co-host with Tony Soprano. I was just going to call Tony Soprano. With Tony Teflon for the After Darks. And make sure you check out Anna as well. One of the best people. Lots of love to Anna. So let's finish this shit up. A buddy talker. I agree. She knew how important that situation was for them. And she knew she didn't want to I can't think my words. I can't speak my words right now. But yeah, she knew that Rook's Rest was important because it was someone on Rhaenyra's council. She knew in that situation she couldn't give in. Rhaenyra couldn't have another situation where they retreated from a fight. She needed to. There's a time to make a stand, and that was the right time to make a stand. It's just a shame that, really, it's a shame that Vhagar outmaneuvered her. Because in that moment, she had engaged, fought, proved that she can stand up in a fight, direct fight with Vhagar, and kind of maybe if she came back with somebody else, they could have come back with Jason, Rhaenyra. The three of them could take it down. But like, so she kind of got some recon on how to fight Vhagar. So you get out of there the second time I'm talking about, which when she was actually on the way out, she's like, I can't win this fight. I'm going to lose eventually. So I got to get out of here now. But I proved I can kind of maneuver around him, around Lady Vhagar a little bit. And then, you know, Aemon surprised her with the smart tactic, which is his move. He's got this one move. You know, he's like a fighter or a basketball player with, like, you know, just has that one move they can do. But I mean, it's good enough sometimes, especially when you're dealing with like talent like that, I guess, with like Vhagar level talent. You know, Kareem could just do this. I mean, he could do a lot more in the sky. Kareem's greatest college basketball player of all time. Bad example. Like Shaq could only, you know, dunk and do that little baby hook. And he did that every single time, you know, like never really got a fall away and never really, you know, in his young days, maybe he brought it down the court, but I'm having a difficult time. Am I comparing Shaquille O'Neal to Lady Vhagar? Maybe. In the sense of like being overpowering and bigger than everybody and being able to sort of do minimal moves and still beat you. Because he's just bigger and stronger than everybody. So yeah. And you can maneuver around him sometimes and work him. You can, but anyways. Good question. Will Laenor show up for Mum's? Good damn question. I was wondering, no, because other family members have died and he still didn't show up. So, doubtful. I doubt we'll ever see that character again on this show because this character doesn't come back in this. Spoiler. You think the character's dead in the story, so it's like I wouldn't expect it, but maybe we might get something. But Hack-a-Shack. Vhagar looks a lot like a fucking boat pilot for 30 dudes. Vhagar is like trying to sumo at 160. Laenor might be entered back in the game now. You never can tell. No, Laenor isn't tied in a line. He's not. Bibbidi dibbidi bibbidi bobbidi bibbidi bobbidi bo. It's very Tony Soprano. Another reason for Otto. You know Otto's coming back, but I think Aegon II is dead. Alicent will be back in the game. Maybe even Otto will come back. I was responding. Oh, Lord, incognito. Okay, let's end our poll here. And okay, this was a pretty close for a little while, but eventually the hand job is the worst job that Crispy does. He's a better Lord Commander, people say, than he does with hand jobs. So his hand job just is not effective. He just doesn't know what he's doing. So I definitely have to say that Crispy is the worst hand job in Westerosian history. So yeah, there it is. Oh, right, perfect timing, LT, in the sense that you get to say hi to you right before calling it a stream. Just about to wrap things up, LT, but it is amazing to see you, my friend. Thank you for popping on in here, and you're welcome in this chat room, and give love to LT any day of the week. Good freaking people, LT. Good freaking people. Funny side note, LT was a part of the first stream Tony and I ever did together. It's like written. Him and Tony knew each other and worked together before, but I didn't know either of them, and I just ended up on a stream. Like Tony invited me, and three of us partied for like I want to say it was like a 2.5, 3 hour stream. And at the time, that was a really, really long because most people were just doing like an hour or so, and we just had drinks and hung out all night. And three of us had a great talk about Game of Thrones and many other things. So LT. Great to see you in the live chat, my friend. Always puts a smile on my face. And we got Jackie C popping on in here to say hi as well. Bradley Martin can beat Vhagar in a street fight. I definitely think it's possible. It is possible. Jason Statham could beat Sunfire in a street fight. We need a fighting game to get all of this. We need it. That's the next Game of Thrones video game that we need to get. We should get a Game of Thrones fighting game that's like a dragon fighting game, like one of those Godzilla battle arena games where you can fight as all the monsters, like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla versus Mothra versus Ginra or whatever the hell. I don't know those names of all of them. But a Game of Thrones game like that with all the dragons, dragon battle. It would be amazing. Me too. Me too, sir. Me too. Best part of that evening, my friend. Best part of my evening. So, everybody, I do have to thank you. You guys have been wonderful tonight. Yeah, like a Kaiju dragon fights with these giant, and you could also have a Kraken in it. Like, almost like, somewhat of an engine, like some of those PlayStation 2, PlayStation, Xbox 360 era Monster Fighter games, where you just like you're in like a giant area, different sections, different geographic locations of Westeros and Essos. You can just pick, you can fight in random places. You can be like, oh, I want to fight in Bravos. I want to fight in King's Landing, and you knock everything down. Everything's interactable. You can destroy everything. You can be any dragon in Game of Thrones history. And then you throw a Kraken in there, throw an ice dragon in there. Some giants. some snogs. What was it called? Some giant spiders just to make people happy finally. I mean, then you get into just you want just different characters in it, but no. I'm talking just simple, like more the creatures, like a big monster battle. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much, Jack Me Off. Thank you for Jack Me Off. You were perfect for the discussion tonight on if Crispy gives the worst hand job. Does the worst hand job. Sorry. I don't mean to be crude. Season 2 has been very good. I have been enjoying it, says Rex. Only complaint is, how did Cole become Dornish? He's from the Dornish Marches, not Dork. Just minor complaints. Minor complaints. Snarks and Grumpkins. Thank you, Rex. I just said snark and blah blah. I just mumbled at the end and hoped that no one like tried to listen to what I was saying too clearly, because I didn't remember what I was trying to say. Oh, holy shit. The best place, my old job, I worked as a Dabo boy for a while there, and I got into this. I owed a little bit too much gold press latinum, but we got the one and only Quark from Quark's Bar in the live chat right now. Quark, I know you're here to collect, rule of acquisition 231. Never let a podcaster owe you money for too long. Like, I understand, Quark, you're here for that money, but I will work hard to get into a payment plan. I'm getting some latinum. I have a job that I'm doing right now for the summer, and I should have enough latinum for you soon. Thank you. And I really wish your bar in Vegas still existed, because that was a fun place to hang out when I went there. I wish you would open back up somewhere in my area. But thank you, Quark's Bar. I think you're right there. See, I have your picture in my house to honor you, because I appreciate your restaurant so much, my friend. So, thank you, Quark, for allowing me to owe you money for 24 hours, because I know that's a long time for a Ferengi. Okay. Anyways, on that note, if you haven't already and you like this crap, Quark, you miserable troll. But if you like this stuff, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, for Christ's poop. Make sure you subscribe. Still, a lot of you that are watching this live aren't necessarily subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you are subscribed and you like this, and you know someone with a dark sense of humor that enjoys my brand of bold nonsense, drag them on in here. This was a great week. Great to have all of you guys here. But, you can always drag a friend over. And I appreciate all of my friends out there that send people my way too, that I know that some of you are doing that. Lots of love to Anna, who's in the chat tonight. And yeah. So if you haven't already, fucking motherfucker, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share this channel with a friend. tell your mother, tell your mother's sister, tell your mother's uncle, sister's cousin on the second side that once saw Ferris pass out on 31 Flavors. Make sure you tell that person too, and then put them in the sideways sandwich and touch them underneath their leg and go, listen, watch the Fill the Issues guy show, because that guy's got issues. He's a crazy mother grabbing poopy head, and you don't want to miss the poopy head, because you don't know what the poopy head's going to say. He's going to splash, he's going to poop, he's going to jump, he's going to go. He's going to go everywhere, and I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now. I guess this is what happens when I don't drink. And isn't smoking supposed to calm you down? What the flippin' fluke? Oh. Anyways, everybody, on that note, I'll expect the authorities coming here to lock me up this evening, put me in chains, put me in skills, put me the Batman mask on me, and flush me down the toilet of life. I expect to be carried down the passage of crime into the existence of space until, I don't know, it's the dreams of Damon tonight that have me in a really, like, tripped out place. It's tapping into, it was talking about it. Just talking about it sets up the doors of the doors of time opening up into a new perspective of life in the world's extremities. You don't know what's happening until it touches you, you know? And I know no one wants to touch me, but that's beside the point. You know? I don't know. No one knows. And no one thinks about it. What? No, don't shut off. Don't stop this. I'm not analysis paralysising. The show's not over yet. Wait, stop. Don't cut me off. Oh no.